Ritual Madness Podcast. The best of the underground. Make madness your ritual.
Oh, shit, what's happening? It's Friday. What's going down? Do me a favor, check out Lowbrow Saints Tattoo Collective. Hey, you know what? They're going to open up a brand new location very, very soon. So stay tuned. We'll give you that information as soon as we get it to, they get it to us, as a matter of fact. If you're looking to get some pointy guitars, some fast, I don't know if I can, guitar lessons, all that other stuff, check out Lowbrow Saints, again, the Shred Den, I'm sorry, Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., 9100 85th Avenue North, Suite 100, Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, 763-350-2191. Reach them on Facebook, Instagram, let me see here, YouTube, a little bit of the TikTok, or www.theshredden.net. If you're looking for some logo work, Narwhal Design Solutions is the place to go. I am still working on trying to get some t-shirts. Justin actually did some artwork for me, and I've just been slacking to get these t-shirts out. So be patient. I'll get it figured out somehow. Justin Boney at Narwhal Design Solution. JustinBoney@gmail.com. Hit him up if you're looking for some artwork. He's done some really cool stuff. I'm sure he's got lots of cool stuff on Instagram to pay attention to and check out. If you are feeling generous, please consider donating to the podcast. Just scan the QR code and select a tip amount, and we thank you so much for your support. Tonight, live at the Shred Den Studios here, we got the guys from Inflict. How's it going, fellas? You hanging in there?
Yes, sir.
Doing good, yes. Wow, look at that. I just fucking... There we go. That was the right one. I didn't mean to push that one.
Fuck.
do me a favor and go around the table and tell me who you are and what you do in the band.
Yeah. I've been drinking Fresca all goddamn day.
Damn.
I'm hyped up.
He's all frescoed up.
Oh my God. All right. My name's Derek Patrica. I do vocals in Inflict.
Nice. Welcome.
And everything else, dude. Don't forget.
Okay, yeah, I do vocals. I started Inflict in 2017 as a studio project.
Nice.
And so I write everything and record it and mix and master it. And
Jesus.
yeah.
Then he finds goobers to play it for
I'm
him.
Derek.
Nice.
Yep. John Goober.
John
Goober.
But yeah, that is me.
I'm Rylan, and I've been playing with Derek for not in Inflict, but with other bands and stuff for years now. So
Nice.
He finally was able to welcome me into the fold within the last 6-8 months or so.
Nice.
And it's been a good time so far. I've played drums for it for a little bit, and then now I'm just mainly bass. When our drummer can't make it, I do that, and then I make this guy next to me play bass.
You are the rhythm section, huh? Look at that. That's fucking sweet, man.
And I'm Dalton. I do a lot of session work outside of my main project, which is Southpaw. And Rylan kind of hit me up one day. He needed a bassist for a Amsterdam show that Inflict was doing, and I said, hell yeah, let's get it. And I guess I just kind of stuck around. And when our drummer came back, Rylan switched back to bass, and now I play guitar.
Nice.
Yeah, he wouldn't leave.
Jack of all trades all over the place. Huh? That's awesome, dude.
Oh, yeah, no, every practice he's there already. We're like, well.
He's from Duluth, and he somehow beats us to the practice space.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did he say earlier? He was built for it or something?
Yeah,
I'm built for that.
I'm not built.
I'm built different.
Yeah, that's what it was. I'm built different. So my question usually when I have new guests in here that have never been on the show before, I always like to find out what you guys have been listening to what you were listening to as kids, what was flying around in the house when you were younger, what your brothers and sisters, I mean, if they turned you on anything, and then what led you down the path of pure heavy shit.
Look, I love that question.
And
It's a really good one, yeah.
Whoever wants to start.
I don't usually tell people about questions that I love, and I love that question. So
Nice. Well, I appreciate
I'm
it.
just telling you that.
Derek says that to every podcast host.
I don't fucking do that. Stop. No McDonald's for you
I
tonight.
did feel special for a second, and I was out the window after that.
Okay, so I grew up. So my mom is Catholic as fuck.
Yeah.
My dad is not. He's cocaine, drinking, party, classic rock.
Yeah.
So I grew up in my mom listening to kind of contemporary Christian. I guess if she listened to rock, I guess it would be more. What's that fucking band?
The Carpenters?
Come on, heaven, let your light shine down and fucking go again. There's the album cover with the chick on a beat.
Collective Soul.
Collective Soul.
Yo, Collective Soul's
So the heavy-
awesome though.
They actually write some bangers. So that was
just spitting me out.
that was the heaviest my mom got probably. Other than that, it was KS95, fucking Maroon 5 on the radio, whatever.
Sure.
And then my dad was classic rock. He had a whole
Till 4 a.m. and shit. If he was coking,
yeah.
dude, he was partying until.
Oh yeah, dude, he was on crack and I didn't know it, and I was a kid, so I would be dancing with him in the basement, and he's all cracked out.
Dad's so happy right now.
He's all
that you're
smacked
telling that
up
story.
and shit, and I'm like,
Hey, yo, crack, daddy.
and I'm looking up, and I'm like, this is so fun. And you dancing with me downstairs, and he's just like,
Spinning you at 9,000 miles
my
an hour.
brain. But he showed me. I grew up on Rush, 2112, Led Zeppelin, B-52s. And then obviously AC/DC.
Right.
Then more modern, kind of got into Offspring and shit like that. Sure. Disturbed. So I was very 93X rock growing up.
Sure.
Then I had a weird phase where I got into 50 Cent and Ludacris for a year in 5th grade.
Yeah.
And then I got into Korn and shit like that. And then 6th grade, that's when I heard the Devil Wears Prada for the first time, and I got heavy into fucking breakdowns and everything like that. And so then after that, everything kind of just melded together, and I just I got into a band when I was in high school, and then I started to appreciate everything because I was just creating music is sick.
Right.
Sick.
You were teaching your ears how to hear it all.
Yeah.
Were you playing any instruments as a kid? Did you pick anything up as a kid?
When I was 11, my sister got an acoustic, and she learned heavy Green Day from my dad growing up too.
Oh, gotcha.
A lot of a lot of Dookie. And I'm not talking about the album.
Yeah, no, we're going
my
mud.
dad was shitting.
That's amazing.
A lot. I had to clean it up.
He taught you how to mud from a young age.
Yep. Mudding.
I
Hey,
now
son,
hit-
we're going to go mudding. You're like, oh my God, where's the truck?
he
My
knows.
dad, yeah. No, Riley and I went mudding the other weekend.
Yeah,
It was great.
we did go mudding. Yeah.
Okay, but what the fuck was the question? Oh, yeah. No, she had a guitar, and she learned Good Riddance by Green Day.
Okay.
And I was like, holy fuck, that's sick.
If she learned it, I could learn it.
Yeah, no, exactly. I was like, I love this, and I know that I could do it too. If she, my sister can do it.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a girl.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Well, that's how you think as a kid.
As a kid,
and especially sibling too. You're like, oh, if
my
they could do
bitch
it.
sister can do it. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, Dana. You're not gonna hear this anyway.
I heard what you said.
Oh,
Dad said he was
I'm
watching.
hitting her up, man.
I'm no longer part of the family. But yeah, she learned that, and I was like, holy fuck, I love Green Day. I want to learn some Green Day, and like I wanted to cover songs. I didn't really care about learning techniques at the time.
Sure.
So thankfully, my parents were pretty supportive. They bought me like a shitty first act guitar for like $100. Little like those cubes, cubes from our local store.
Right.
And then I started guitar lessons, and I only took guitar lessons for a year because seeing as I like write all the Inflict shit and stuff, I'm like, my mindset is very much like, I want to do it.
Right.
I want to take control.
Right.
And so, so I quit the lessons, and then just kind of, I had friends that we started a band, and we wanted to be like the Used and like From First to Last, and kind of some like punk emo kind of bands in like junior high.
Yeah.
And just kind of went from there. Like after that, it was just like I blacked out, and now we're here.
Yeah. Now, when you were younger, what were some of the ways that you found music? I know it's so much different than when I was younger. You know what I mean? Like what was some of the, was it MTV? Was it just people that you hung out with? Like,
so like I had 25 channels on our TV growing up. We had like the normal.
God, you must have been poor. No,
dude, we were poor as fuck.
I'm poor. I'm still poor.
Yeah, we're all poor.
Dude, when I was a kid, you literally had 3 channels on the TV, and then it turned into 29. I think there was 4. It was like 11, 4, 5, 9, and then 29. Oh, and channel 2. There's 6 channels.
Well, yeah, and like everyone in school, everyone in school.
So you were rich, actually.
I was fucking balling, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
There you go.
Derek exclusively watched the TV Guide channel only.
Yeah.
Only.
Yeah, that's like good shit.
Just watching it slowly going down, and I'm like,
damn, you see that in a half hour?
Thinks of the
That's what's
shows
gonna
he's
happen
gonna
right there.
watch. He plays them in his head.
yeah, it's that mixed in with me like copying Eddie Guerrero, like jumping on people, wrestling moves on the couch.
Yeah, Eddie Guerrero is actually the biggest Inflict influence, probably.
Nice.
Yes, and Chavo. But
Shout out.
Shouts out. But I like used Yahoo Music the most.
That's a throw.
It would be in the media center in 3rd grade specifically. I remember vividly going, and we'd have to do the Mavis Beacon, the like typing program or whatever. And then they didn't have like blocking. They didn't block websites and shit
So you
yet.
could go anywhere you
Because
wanted
YouTube
to.
wasn't a thing yet until like 2006.
Yeah.
And so I found Linkin Park. I found Faint, Linkin Park. I found some Evanescence, Good Charlotte, the Anthem on Yahoo Music videos.
Yep.
And I was like, holy fuck, this stuff is awesome. And it's like I pretty much wanted to just like do what they did. And then I was,
Be awesome.
And then my dad played like 93X in front of me. Like we didn't have it in Owatonna. That's where I grew up.
Okay.
So once you'd get to Faribault, that's when you start getting the good stations. And then my dad would be like, look, it's to 93X now, not the classic rock. Fuck yeah, dude. And I'm like, give me corn. I loved Freak on a Leash when I was a kid. I was a fucking freak for Freak on a Leash.
Yeah. It's good stuff, man. It was excellent.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much how I found, what I got into. And I was very happy about it because, like not a lot of people have.
It's one of my. It's honestly one of my favorite things to talk about on this podcast. I absolutely love to hear how people get to where they are. You know what I mean? These are the most extreme shit ever. You know what I mean? It'd be the deathiest of death metal band. You know what I mean? They're like, yeah, I was listening to ABBA, and my mom was a Kenny Rogers fan and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
seriously, man.
Yeah,
it's just
crazy,
some of the craziest stories, and I absolutely love it because you're like, what happened to your brain? You know what I mean? Like you did go off the fucking rails. You know what I mean? I jammed with a cat back in high school that his dad was a pastor, and that dude went as far as he could left from his dad. You know what I mean? Like it was death metal, satanic, everything. You know, when we were kids, and it was like, now he's just conservative and super chill. You know what I mean? He doesn't. He's just laid back, dude. He's
chilling
kind of a
now.
hippie, though. More of a hippie.
back in the day, dude? You were fucking crazy, man. You were skinning yourself and fucking pissing on
Dude, he was doing satanic rituals in his fucking dad's church. I'm not even lying.
Holy shit.
That goes hard.
Yeah, we'd be playing D&D in his dad's church, and he hated it. His dad hated that we played D&D, and then he would
Oh, of course.
he'd do all these rituals.
Dude,
and,
I'm surprised my mom even let me watch Harry Potter when I was a kid. Because I have other friends that grew up in like a Christian household.
Sure.
I bet if my mom wasn't with my dad and she was with another dude that was like on the same page as her,
right.
shit would be a lot different. I probably would have acted out more.
Yeah,
honestly.
Probably. It's
Once
usually how it works, man.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, because then you find friends like, after elementary school, you start getting into when all the schools meld together into. At least that's how it was in Owatonna.
Yeah.
Then I found like Ed in 7th grade and stuff, and I'm like,
Shout out to Ed.
I love.
Yep,
Shout out Ed
Shout out
Shabby. He
love
might
Ed.
be listening. Who knows?
He might be listening. I hope he's listening.
Welcome, man.
Be listening, you son of a bitch. But no, I was like, I love Bring Me the. He had a Bring Me the Horizon hoodie on, and it was like a black and red striped one. It was super emo looking. I was like, I fucking love that band. And we both had straight. I had black hair at the time. I was like 14.
Swoopy?
Straight
Yeah,
black.
the swoopy?
Oh fuck yeah, dude! I had the swoop.
That's amazing.
Oh, dude, it was.
I had the skater swoop, dude. My shit was super long.
That's where I started. Yeah, I started as a skater, and then I heard from First to Last in the Used, and I was like, oh, fucking this.
How about you, boys? What were you guys listening to as the youth?
Kind of similar to Derek a little bit. When I was young, my parents divorced when I was like barely even a year old. So I lived with my mom for like the first period of my life up until I was like a teenager. And she's very like Christian, conservative. So a lot of what I was growing up with was like the Christian radio station, stuff like that, Christian contemporary, like shout out Switchfoot,
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Bands
Yep.
like
Switchfoot was a huge one.
stuff like that. And so I didn't really.
Switchfoot was huge, dude.
Yeah.
So I don't mean to stop you
No,
here,
no.
but so some of my metal friends, they would go to this fucking bookstore up here. It was like Northwest Bookstore, right? It was a Catholic Christian bookstore, but they had metal and punk rock and death and a couple death metal bands in that place. And the funniest thing about it, how my friends found it, is they stumbled in there and they're like, "Oh man, look at this." And they found a metal CD, Believer, and then it was Deliverance, and then it was like these thrash bands and punk bands, right? And they would steal those CDs from the fucking bookstore, dude. It was just hilarious because it's like, dude, you're going into a Jesus place, and they're like, "Yeah, we just ripped these fuckers off like nothing," But,
Fucking
sorry,
idiots,
No,
dude.
that's funny, it's
I
funny.
didn't mean to cut you off.
Nah, you're good. Nah, we're yapping here tonight. Yeah, shouts out Switchfoot. So there was that. It was just a lot of whatever was on the Christian radio, like "Oh God, isn't it?" Like stuff like that. So it was just like hymns music and stuff. We went to church all the time, like, so it was a lot of that, and then
Praise
just
him.
my brother, one of my brothers. I have 3 brothers. He was listening to like, well, backstory, I'm like 16 years younger than my closest sibling to me. So like pretty much. So I had one brother that lived with us, only for a couple years because he eventually moved out because he was pretty much of age when I was like a toddler still.
Right.
But he would listen to stuff like Guns N' Roses. He had a lot of like gangster rap and stuff he would listen to.
Appetite for Destruction.
Yeah, Appetite for Destruction. Like there was, Ice-T, Snoop Dogg, stuff like that. But my mom would keep that away from me as vehemently as possible. Like that wasn't going near my precious
All the
ears.
swearing?
If
Was
she
it all the
bought you-
swearing?
All the swearing, like the standard. This is bad for children.
Make you go to Walmart and get the clean CDs because Target was the place that had the explicit
That's funny.
ones.
I remember at one point in time, I was like 6 or 7. I found a CD at the Walmart that had a parental advisory sticker on the back, and I actually took it to the like clerk there at the store, and I was like, "Hey, you guys, did you know that one of the naughty CDs like slipped through? I just wanted to let you know because I don't think this is supposed to be here. It's bad words." And
Rylan was such a good boy.
I know. I was like, I was cleaning up the neighborhood,
Cleansing.
But like, so, and it was like a lot of that, and also randomly like Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, stuff like that. Like I listened to a shitload of stuff like that. Like I don't know why, but like one of my first albums that I remember was just the self-titled Backstreet Boys album, and my mom and I listened to the Millennium album so many times.
Millennium, yep.
Because my parents lived a few hours away from each other, so one of us would get dropped off, pick up by the other one, and then you'd have to drive. So we just listened to music the whole time. So it was either like the Christian CDs or whatever's on the radio, or I remember we had Now 3. Now they're on like Now 420 or something, but like Now 3 had like Smash Mouth, like POD, stuff like that. And that's where I think one of my first kind of notices into like the realm of heavier music was POD had a song on there, Set Your Eyes to Zion, I think. And
now that's a Christian band too, right?
Yeah, yep. POD was Christian, so that like
Payable on Death, is that what it is?
Yep. Eventually, when I started getting into like louder music, that was one of the bands I was like allowed to listen to, you know, because they were Christian or whatever. But so
weren't they like into drugs and shit? Like they were like into heavy drugs. That's
Probably.
what I thought. Like years
There
after,
were like a lot of them. Like even Switchfoot probably was.
because
like,
they were like way popular.
Yeah.
And, you know, I remember I just saw
that's why they felt so alive. Dude.
an interview with
fucking coke.
with Scott Stapp from Creed because they got they got labeled a Christian band after because he had some God stuff in there, and he was saying, my whole band absolutely hated it. He's like, they weren't supposed to notice it. Nobody was supposed to notice it. It was just things that I put in the lyrics, you know. And he's like,
super obvious.
They didn't want to live up to that hype. They're like, we can't live up to this, and then he ended up getting busted for coke. Like, didn't he like do porn? Do a porn? Was in a porn with Kid Rock or some shit like that?
That's pretty badass.
Hey, shouts out to Creed though. Mark Tremonti's got riffs. We'll shout that out. But yeah, so it was like. That side of my mom's half, I was listening to, Backstreet Boys, Christian contemporary music, stuff like that. And then on my dad's side, that's where I kind of was able to expand a little bit. I had a brother on my dad's side who I remember when I was like 5 or 6 years old, I'd be hanging out with my brother. He was kind of gothy and stuff like that. So this is kind of where the good shit happened because he, as you can tell, I'm wearing a Nine Inch Nails hat. So like I did notice that. I got into Nine Inch Nails early. Seriously, like Nine Inch Nails, Korn. Stuff like that. I remember being at my dad's house at one point, and there was this CD that was like Music for Relief or something. It was for some sort of charity, and some of the songs on there were like Freak on a Leash was on there, and I would just listen to that song so much, and I was like, what the hell is this? It's so weird. And like Pearl Jam and stuff were on there, but other than that, it was.
What happened there?
Yeah, I know. And eventually, it was like I never really had access to like computers and stuff a ton, so it was like I'd have to find my own things. So like through video games, I would find some music, like MX versus ATV Unleashed. I would hear
Unmatched soundtrack.
Shout out MX versus ATV Unleashed soundtrack. Some of the bangingest bangers to ever grace us in the mid 2000s or from that soundtrack.
Hard rock in 2005 was fucked.
Holy shit!
Shit was crazy.
Yeah, shouts out Crossfade. Cold was on that album. They're kind of a one-hit wonder, but
who's that?
Crossfade.
Okay.
But they put out
I know what you're talking about.
They put out an album in 2011 called "We All Bleed" that I just listened to the other day, and it's like weird, proggy, not even close to like. It was actually pretty cool. I recommend that.
I gotta listen.
But yeah, no. Anyway, so I kind of was exposed to more heavy stuff on my dad's side, and then throughout the years, just finding my own thing. In early high school, I was in a couple bands that were like.
Do you remember what the first thing you found that you were like, oh fuck?
Okay, so it was like part of that high school band thing, and my buddies were showing me songs. They were a few years older than me, and one of the songs I got shown was "Scorpion Deathlock" by Devil Wears Prada, and I was like, there's just it's got the chugs and all this stuff, and the bass drops that are just. And it was the coolest shit ever. And then I had like a metalcore phase kind of, so I went into that. But also I forgot to mention Linkin Park was one of the biggest bands for me early on. In like 2000, 2001, I discovered that, and they definitely made me want to hear things that were like, wow, this is like louder, this is heavier, there's more stuff going on here.
New metal type shit.
And my mom was like, I don't want you listening to that. Let's cut yourself and want to die music and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it's just sound. But so I would, yeah, I know. So I would listen. So I'd listen to that, and just eventually it just got heavier and heavier. I remember in 2008 I heard "Bleed" for the first time, and it scared me.
Oh my!
By Meshuggah, which is funny because I'm wearing a Meshuggah shirt now, and they're probably one of my favorite bands of all time. And what was it? "Entombment of a Machine" by Job for a Cowboy. That scared the fuck out of me the first time I heard that. And now their newest album, Moon Healer, is probably one of my album of the years for 2025. So it's like, so coming from like that kind of Christian contemporary music upbringing, and then my dad really only listened to like crooners from the 70s and stuff. Shout out Lobo though. Lobo's cool stuff from back then. But
Shout out Driving Crooner.
yeah, I know. But I was never in for both stuff that my parents listened to. I was never into it really, so I've just been kind of doing my own thing. So one of my biggest inspirations was my brother Eric for showing me, Nine Inch Nails and just weirder shit. And then I was just like, I need weirder. And one of my biggest turning points is in 2005 or 6. He got me Mesmerized and Hypnotized by System of a Down and Saturday Night Wrist by Deftones for Christmas.
Sick one.
And that was like the end of it for me. For that, I was like, loud, heavy stuff is what I want. So yeah, System of a Down, Deftones, stuff like that.
And that after that Saturday Night Wrist is fucking is what Diamond Eyes, right?
Yep, Diamond Eyes is one of the heaviest fucking albums of all time. Yeah, just bangers after bangers after bangers, and then. Dude. But it's just funny because I eventually was like, okay, this like screamy stuff, like I need more for some reason, and now I'm like listening to like slam bands and like gurgle shit, and, like just the goofy, like two fucking like cinder blocks rolling across the floor. So I have no idea how I got here,
dude,
but
clown. Have you heard that clowncore shit?
Dude, he showed me clowncore.
I showed
he
these
showed
guys
me that shit.
Dude. Clowncore is one of the best things
that
ever.
Is exactly okay. Through all of the shit that I've gone through, I am to that point where I'm like, this is just amazing, dude.
This is fucking sick.
Legit. Everybody go listen to Clowncore.
Dude. Deterioration from here is fucking one of those bands.
Awesome.
Like, for some reason, it is. You're like, hey, I feel like punk today. You go and you find the coolest punk record, right?
Yep.
When I'm feeling grindy or anything, it's Deterioration 100%.
It's pure.
The whole album is like 20 minutes. You know
pure
what I'm saying?
fucking pure talent.
Yeah,
doesn't fuck around.
Like, people that don't listen to fucking heavy shit at all will listen to it and be like, that's fucking stupid pure music. And I'm like, you don't even understand what it takes creatively and songwriting-wise to make that.
Two guys
fucking dudes in a bit.
It, dude.
Yep.
Derek and I are also two guys who are currently in a weird project called Big Shit. Where it's just slam riffs and we just talk about shitting ourselves in Taco Bell.
Nice.
Like that's
it's
all
like
it is.
minute and a half long songs.
Minute and a half type
2
shit,
minutes tops, and it's blast beats and then slow slammy.
Shit like that, like guttural. So
it's
now
dumb
that's the stuff. Now I'm just like, okay, cool. I can wake up and listen to like Dying Fetus on the way to work, and it's just chill. I'm like, yeah, this is great.
Everything's normal. Yeah. Like, I'm not getting a headache, bro.
Yeah.
I'm waking up with my coffee.
It's so fucking funny.
Yeah,
dude.
I mean, on the way to work today.
Normal humans don't do that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what
I know if I'm like talking to like a family member or something, and if I started talking about something like that, they would probably just be like,
Yeah.
So how's your job?
Oh, that's that
Well,
shit, right?
Yes, it is.
Well, you heard the new Maroon 5 song, right? Adam Levine, he's so hot. I love his fucking abs. God, I would let him do things to me. Don't tell my husband.
Good God.
Now, through that whole process, were you picking up any instruments at all?
Yeah, so that's a good question because so when I was younger, I remember my mom got me this little like baby toy guitar basically when I was like 3 or 4, and I found it when I went and visited her not too recently, long ago, and it still has strings on it, and I was plucking on it. It's literally like maybe this big. It's made out of plastic and shit. But I didn't really click with it until a few years later when I got a First Act Walmart guitar, and I was like, okay, cool. And I was playing it at my dad's, and this guy, I wish I knew more info and lore on this dude because he disappeared after a while from my life, but he heard me playing Green Day songs very poorly from like across the lawn, and he came over and was like, stop, let me show you how to do this. And I was like, okay, cool. So this guy was he was maybe like 21, 22, so it wasn't like an old guy creeping on a 14-year-old situation. So thankfully, but like,
look at that little boy over there playing that plastic guitar.
Exactly.
These days, man. Woo.
He's trying to show me the G string, but
A minor. Yeah, he's trying to show me A minor.
Exactly. But yeah, no, he's like, no, this is how I was doing power chords all wrong, like all sorts of shit. And I was like, oh God, this sucks. And so he kind of showed me what to do. And then I was like, okay, cool. I started learning songs from bands I liked, System of a Down, Chevelle, stuff like that.
Right.
And then I started borrowing the bass guitar from the music room in school. I grew up playing trumpet, but trumpet sucks. Not shout outs to trumpet.
Yeah. Yep.
But
1 year of trumpet
sucks.
Fuck
but
that.
I grabbed the bass and I started learning that a little bit, and I was like, this is cool. So I learned more songs on that, and then we got Rock Band at one point with the drum set, and I would play Say It Ain't So by Weezer so fucking much, and Welcome Home by Coheed and Cambria, and that kind of got me loving drums too. So it just has kind of built from that. I've mainly played bass in all the bands.
Though, dude, that Coheed song that you're talking about is great.
That is
for
one of the
drums, man.
That is one of the coolest songs I've ever heard in my life.
That was the first Coheed song I ever heard.
Yep.
I think it was
It was
on
my
Rock
second.
Band.
It was my second one that I'd ever heard, and I was like, "Wow, these dudes are pretty cool." There's a guy that I worked with that played it all the time. I was like, "What is this dude's voice? This is just shit."
At first,
Like,
yeah.
you gotta
musically, dude, I was like, "Whoa, these guys are dude." I heard fucking Pink Floyd. I heard Rush. I heard like all these things in that band,
Yeah, they're
and then the
huge, me too.
vocalist, and then it was like Claudio slowly grew on me, and I was like,
It's like,
"All right, this dude's
it
got
works.
a great
It's
voice."
perfect
man.
for the music.
Yeah, yeah.
Half
Yeah,
of the
so-
bands I love now had weird voices, and at first I was like,
100%.
I don't know. Man.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
1 week later, I'm like, this fucking record's the
Yeah.
best album I've ever heard.
Yes.
It just grows.
But yeah, just grabbing basses and stuff from the high school, and then eventually just I want to play music with people, and I formed some bands out of high school, and I've just been rolling with it ever since, and that's my most passionate thing I'm here for. So
Right.
as long as I can keep doing that, whether it's bass, drums, guitar,
Now you
whatever.
kind of went by it, in passing, and we talked just before we went on that
Yeah.
you're also from a small town as well.
Yep. Grew up in Northwest Iowa. Shout out Spirit Lake.
Yeesh.
Yep. Born in the corn, as they say.
But I mean, you kind of explained it like it was just one of those spots like you didn't want to live like anybody in that small town.
No,
you had to get
I-
the fuck out.
Yeah, I just, for whatever reason, my general area, I just never connected with any of it. And I was
Yeah.
like, I got to move on. So came up
Yeah.
here a couple years ago, and it's been, thankfully, I've met all the people I have, and
Yeah.
was able to come up here back in my youth to like meet these people to begin with. And that kind of sparked my love for Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
Hence me coming up here. And now
Right.
I'm like more energetic about like my life and the stuff I'm doing now.
Right.
It's been a big, good, it's been a good thing for me so
Yeah.
far, but
Yeah.
no,
I
it's
can
good.
imagine. How about you, sir?
Yeah, Dalton, we need some more, man.
Oh,
Dropped.
man. So this is gonna be a throwback for me, I guess. So when I was in like probably 5th grade, I would go over to my cousin's house, and we would
Older,
play.
younger?
We were the same age.
Okay.
And we would play RuneScape together. All right, and
RuneScape.
yeah, shout out RuneScape. So he'd be throwing these songs on, the whole time that we were playing.
Just in the
and-
background?
Yeah, and it was all like Evanescence, like Linkin Park, Green Day, like a lot of that kind of shit. And I never honestly really tuned too much into it. And then in 6th grade, my middle school band director was like doing lessons or whatever, and I figured, all right, I don't know, I'll play music, I guess. I didn't really come from a very musical family or anything. Nobody else in my family did music. So I picked up a baritone, and I played baritone all through middle school and high school. And then I really liked baritone, but I wanted to play jazz. So I picked up a trombone, and I played trombone in jazz band.
Boners rise up.
I was
Yep.
scared of fucking trombone, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
never
is-
understood it. Like,
It's,
what the fuck does that thing do?
It's like Schrodinger's instrument. You may or may not be in the 3rd position. Maybe. Who knows?
Right.
Gotta
But
grease the shaft a little bit.
yeah, real.
Well, that's why he got into it. He loves.
I love
greasing
greasing
shafts.
shafts. Yeah.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for real.
he got us into it.
Let's be real.
But so I mean, in middle school, then I kind of got into anime, right? And I found anime music videos, which I
that
think
shit
was-
is crazy.
Yeah, and I think that was like a gateway for a lot of people, honestly, because I've connected with a lot.
Dude,
of
that's a
people over the
gateway to like
years.
meth, I think.
I think so
You know
too,
what I'm
100%.
saying?
Yeah,
Anime has
No,
the
for sure.
Anime
craziest
in
fucking
general.
intro
Yeah.
songs. I love that shit.
Yeah, anime pipeline is insane.
Well, dude,
Um,
there's lots of murder in anime too.
Oh,
That's what's kind of
100%,
crazy
yeah.
about that.
It's
And we're
awesome.
like, it will bend your mind in other ways too. Where you're
Yeah.
like,
it's
blood
good. It's good
guts?
for you.
Yeah, that's what
A lot of
influenced Dalton to
different-
be a murderer to begin with. So
you know what? You know what?
Yeah,
they're-
Shout out my record.
You know they think what they're doing too. You know that the Asians, they're writing it in there, and then it's like that woo woo, the Manchurian Candidate type of shit, where they're like, all right, we're gonna play this movie at this one time, and a bunch of Americans are gonna fucking
Dalton's been
zombie
activated.
Dude, it's a system.
Sleeper Cell.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I kind of found anime music videos, and that kind of expanded the metal taste a little bit more. But I think I really got into it when I got a copy of Guitar Hero 3 in high school. And that shit like blew my mind. I found Rise Against through like a bonus track section of Guitar Hero 3, and that was like an obsession all through high school.
There's a bunch of jams on that one.
Yeah.
Wasn't
3
there?
has some three and 2 and 3.
Yeah, I think 3 had the best soundtrack personally, but 2, shout out 2
Yep,
as well.
yep.
Yeah,
Dude, Cult of Personality.
Guitar Hero
real,
was formative in me enjoying music and wanting to play instruments. So
Yeah. So I don't know, I kind of got into that, and then I met another buddy of mine, Devin Gettin, who went on to play for a band called Hurricane Joe. Him and I jammed.
I had those guys on the show before.
Oh,
Long
nice.
time ago, dude.
Nice.
Long time ago. I actually really liked that band. They were fucking fun, man.
They were awesome, yeah. So I'm from a small town called Two Harbors.
Wait. Didn't they have the alpaca lips?
Alpaca lips. Yeah.
I absolutely love those guys. Those dudes were cool as shit, man.
Yeah, they were the best. So I jammed with Devin a ton in high school, and eventually he kind of turned me on to a band called Periphery.
Okay.
And that
They're
was kind
awesome.
of Periphery
Technical
2
shit, right?
was probably my like introduction to prog metal and metal proper, you know. So I was like, this is really fucking cool. I want to do this. This is awesome. And from there I found The Contortionist, and that was just like a whole love affair for me. Language is one of my favorite albums.
All right, dude. You're like this. The direction you're going though, man, is like you're learning Japanese. Is what that is.
Oh, we're getting
Well,
there.
musically though, you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
that's some technical shit.
I
that-
low key followed this path too. Contortionist.
He can play
stuff
some
like
fucking
that,
shit.
Periphery.
So it's funny because during this time period of my life as well, Polyphia was just putting out their Inspire
dude.
EP.
Yeah.
And this was way before they blew up. You know, I was like,
2013.
yeah, it was
When
like
their
really
production was
shreddy.
ass and it was just blast beats.
They have
was
3 or
sick,
4
yeah.
albums. Three or 4.
I think 4.
Okay.
Yep. So I got really into that Inspire EP when they released it.
What was the cover of that one? Was that the red one with
That
the
was
tiger
the-
on it or something?
No,
No,
this one had
the-
like colors and shit on it.
Yeah,
didn't
it was like an orange and like red kind of like
Dude, I
tie-dye
stumbled into
almost.
that shit, and I really, really like that.
It's
that dude,
sweet.
that guitar
Tim
player.
Henson, Scott LePage, shout out.
Yeah,
So I got really into that, and then from there I kind of just developed this love of math rock as a genre, and I kind of fell in love with like
It's not
Chon,
okay.
Polyphia.
You guys are like, man. I'm like, no, dude, you know.
One little cut here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he can fucking riff. Like he can. If you watched him play guitar,
yeah.
your nutsack would fall off. It's crazy.
We have
And,
to
like,
avert our gaze at practice.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. And so when he was learning Inflict songs, Inflict is a lot of power chords.
Sure.
It's not like easy, but it's
For
not
him,
contortionist.
it would be though.
That's what. Yeah, no, that's what I was getting to. Is like he came in, and dude, he learned.
Yeah.
That could be like 2 days.
It's I don't know. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So I kind of got into that, and then I got into like Japanese math rock, right? Like,
Yeah.
dude.
Yo, shout out Toe.
Shout out Toad. Shout out
there you go.
Shout out
Trico.
Mouse on the keys.
Yeah,
Tricot.
Tricot, Trico, however you pronounce it. Yeah, dude, I got really into that shit, and that was like,
a playlist.
yeah. I don't know.
got you,
I
man.
like fell in love with that, and then I graduated high school, and I was like, well, I want to do music. So, in Two Harbors, there was like nobody that was wanting to seriously do music, you know. So I decided I was going to move to Duluth, and I was going to go to UMD for a music education major because I was like, well, I could be a teacher, you know, whatever.
Right,
We'll do
right.
that. And
Japanese.
yeah.
Have you ever heard
I
of
could
this?
be Japanese.
No,
You fucking
yeah,
weeb.
it was so that was
Keep
fun.
practicing, fucker.
So I went to school for 2 years
Yeah.
and ended up dropping out. I had a medical issue that put me in debt and I couldn't keep going anymore. So I was like, well, shit, what do I do now, you know? So I dropped out of college, worked at McDonald's, and joined a classic rock cover band. So shout out the Northwoods Band.
There you
I
go.
played with them for 6 years. And I kind of really cut my teeth like playing live with those guys.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of just everything from the 50s up through like the 2010s.
Dude,
like,
and that for improvisation and being able to like cue off of other people had to have
Yeah.
been fucking huge.
it was awesome. It was sweet. I made a decent amount of money doing it. I was able to finance a lot of sweet gear, and I just learned how to be a performer instead of just being a musician,
Right.
which was massive for me.
And
I,
out of the genre that you're actually trying to go for,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
even cooler too.
I was
man.
super out of my comfort zone for a long time with it, and it was really fun.
Lesson.
Yeah.
Step outside your comfort zone. You know.
No, for real. And I really pride myself on kind of like how I act on stage. I really try and put on like a performance instead of just standing there and just playing my part.
He's making it seem like he's fancy, but really he's usually running around with a giant oversized cowboy hat. His shirt's off.
Shirts off. Well, yeah.
There's sweat.
Yeah,
We do have to bring up Guts Out.
Guts out.
Guts Out.
Guts out.
Yeah, we brought all the guts out for one of our shows.
Yeah, we played an outdoor show in Superior,
Everybody had
and
their
we all
gut out.
unbuttoned our shirt,
Yep. It was awesome.
and we all had like the button-up T-shirts, like little beach shirts going on.
That's awesome.
Guts Out.
I kind of phrase my like live performances off of like Sergio Medina of Dance Gavin Dance,
There you go.
Stolas. He's played in tons of like swancore bands.
Honestly, works great for Inflict stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But then, so after 6 years, I was getting really tired of doing the classic rock stuff. And there was a band up in Duluth named Southpaw. They were like a math rock band. And originally, they started out as like a post-hardcore band with a vocalist, but their vocalist quit, and he moved down to Minneapolis to start a band called Graveslave.
There you go.
And
Shout out Graveslave.
Which
shout out Graveslave.
is it the vocals of Graveslave?
Yeah, Ashton. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
really?
Yep, Ashton was Southpaw's vocalist.
Holy fuck, dude!
Yeah.
Yeah, Inflict's played with Graveslave
Yeah.
a couple times.
Dude, they're the homies.
Good band.
But yeah, so
Very good.
I saw that Nate Peiken, their guitarist, had posted on his Instagram story that they were looking for a bass player, and I, throughout my entire time in Northwoods, played bass. So I was like, I'll shoot my shot. I'll see what happens. I'm super into the genre. That's what I want to be doing. So we played one basement show and one like proper show at the Caddy Shack in Duluth, and they offered me the spot, and I took it.
Fucking A.
And yeah, I've been with those guys for 4 years now. And for a while, I was doing the cover band and Southpaw, and then I just I dropped the cover band because it was too conflicting. And then I had a lot of free time, so I started marketing myself as like a stagehand / like light technician / live sound technician, or like a hired hand for like guitarists or bassists, And that's when Rylan hit me up, and he was like, "Hey, Inflict is doing this show. We need a bass player. I'm going to be playing drums for it. Would you be interested?" And I said, "Hell yeah, I'm interested." So we played that show, and then after that show, I remember Derek had kind of like lightly floated me. He's like, "We're going to need another guitar player too." And I was like, "I don't know. I'm pretty committed with Southpaw and doing stuff." And obviously that panned out. I know I'm here now with these guys too. So
We just kept cyberbullying until he.
Oh yeah, and it's a nice thing where it's like
You're gang stalking him.
you're not like in the band, but you're in the band.
No, for real.
Like it's nice and chill. Everyone's chill about it. Like
It just worked
Oh
out.
hey, we're playing a show. You want to play it?
And I'm like, yeah, might as well. I'm free.
Boom,
Yep.
it works.
But yeah, that's kind of like my from 5th grade till now, like how my music kind of evolved, I guess. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, man.
Dude, like, I gotta give shouts out to certain family members, friends, anyone like older than us or the same age of showing us shit growing up. Like that, those are the main reasons.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
I probably
Yeah.
would have found some shit, and been interested in it, but like being shown certain bands, that just gateway right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And just like, yeah.
That was one of my favorite things to do with my friends is like, it's just like one cassette you'd find that nobody had ever heard. Like the very first Deicide was one of those. Napalm Death, Harmony, Corruption for my friend group, Pestilence, Consuming Impulse. I mean, there's a ton. I had friends that were into like more hair metals type shit, and they would turn me on to things, and I would be like, "Oh, dude, you got to check this out." Again, that first Deicide, I remember finding that and nobody else having it, and you know what I mean. And you put it in that fucking
Listen to this
gate-
fucking evil shit. Let's go.
And everybody's like, "Oh, this is so cool, dude," and that's the direction we went after. Like we were thrashing and trying to do hardcore thrash type shit, and then went right to death metal. You know
Love
what I mean? So I mean, back when I was a kid, man, we had to look for cool shit. It was not like the internet. You couldn't like put a playlist on and then they suggest you some other cool shit.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
It was
it
like
wasn't automated.
It was all organic. Like that one release
Yeah.
CD that I found that just had a Korn song on it.
Yeah.
That was just like under a couch somewhere. Or like I found
Watching a movie.
Between the Buried Me CD at a Goodwill, and I got it strictly because of the cover, The Great Misdirect, one of the best albums I've ever heard in my entire life.
Right.
And
I heard Alaska for the first time.
I was like, here, let me grab this, and I was like, holy shit! So finding music organically like that, it sucks. It's not.
It means more.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it means more. You know what I'm saying? I have friends that like turn me on to shit that they're just so hype about it, and just being in the music and trying to listen to every fucking thing.
It's very oversaturating.
Well, it's like, oh, this is the best album I've ever heard, and they give it to you, or you buy it and you listen to it and you're like, I'm not ready for that yet.
Yeah.
Like you shelf it and then you come back and you're like, holy shit.
That's kind of gunky, man. A lot of people aren't gonna fucking go through that.
What do you mean? Like just
Find
the,
shit
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Physical things.
My daughter actually has, so I have 3 kids. One's not really too much into music. My middle one took a lot from me and loves all types of music. My youngest one though is like me, where she wakes up, she's got to have music. Nice. It's like there's always something playing
all day,
and she will go, "Have you heard this? Have you heard that?" And I'll go, "No, I haven't." And there's some shit she knows she can push on me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you have to listen to this, and whatever. Like Schoolboy Q is one of them dudes, or like Vince Carter. There's
Vince Carter's good.
No, Vince. Oh goddamn,
Vince Staples.
Vince Staples. Yeah,
That's
Vince
what
Carter's the
I meant.
basketball
Vince
player.
Staples.
The
That's what I meant.
Raptors. No, Vince Staples is good.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But like just weird, weird rap shit that I hadn't heard of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she's starting to get into more metal, and she'll find things. She loves Deftones, she loves Incubus, she loves things like that. But then she'll find some stuff and she'll throw it at me.
What it's all about is being well-rounded. Like appreciating it.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, just appreciating music
in
itself. And that's like growing up too. Like there's always very cliquey fucking groups.
Right.
That'd be like, I listen to rap. I fucking hate people that listen to metal. And it's like it's not like that as adults at all.
You know what? I think I have experienced more metalheads like that though. You know what I mean? Like they have to be the hardest guy in the whole fucking
like, bro,
room.
You've got to gatekeep that shit.
Hey, dude, are you serious? Like you listen to metal all the time? Yeah, man, just constant
Only metal.
It's like, really?
It's like, good for you. How's the new Cara
Dude, shout
Bonito
out- hey,
album?
yo,
Let's go.
shout-
No, real.
All right, since we're actually on that, I was going to use this one a little later. You know what? I'll hold on to this one because it kind of ties it all in. All right, fuck it. I'll do it.
Hell yeah.
So
Off the rails.
Here's a question for you.
Crazy.
What is something that you guys listen to that you think that people would be surprised that you listen to?
Oh man.
Whoa. Ooh.
You know how
I might have to look at my
some
shit
people.
real quick.
Yeah, do that. Actually, do that because I had this one to you. What has actually been on your rotation in the last couple weeks?
Last couple weeks?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Now,
Oh yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's
I got you. All right. I'll start. All right.
Yeah, hit us.
So
Okay.
I never like to say it's like what do people say? Your not your hidden thing, but your
Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good,
I don't
that's
think that it's guilty if it's
It's
fucking
not,
something
yeah,
you
no,
like.
man. Hey,
100%.
I'm
I
not
agree completely.
I will
on
never
that.
say guilty.
Yeah. I just
guilty of
like
shit.
music.
Yeah,
I
right,
ain't guilty.
right.
Okay, before I get started,
Sure.
I have been jamming Inflict the last couple of days a lot. Shameless plug. I just today,
Fucking goober.
well, last night I remastered an EP that Inflict released in 2021. So I was listening to it most of the day just to make sure it still sounds
Right.
how I want it to sound and everything.
Yeah.
But other
It's
than
always good to change speakers when you're doing that too. You know?
yes, exactly.
Jump around a little bit.
Yeah, well, car test is the fucking huge one.
Yep.
Okay, so like for me, the last couple weeks, it's been a lot of Military Gun, a lot of Acacia Strain because they're about to release a new album. Fucking Swamp Mentality, their new single. Fucking crazy. Grey Haven, their new album just dropped.
Album rips.
Been listening to a lot of Can't Swim. They're more like
What's Can't Swim?
Can't Swim. It's like alternative rock kind of.
Gotcha.
They're good. They're very melodic. What else we got here? EP by My Ticket Home.
Yep, good
They
shit.
came out. They came back. They just released it. Node by North Lane, the first album, the original album. They're remastering it, and hot take, I'm not into it. I mean,
Dude,
okay, it
I
sounds
hate
good.
that shit, dude.
It sounds good, but the original.
Production-wise, as far as like,
Yeah,
but
they
I
upped the
suppose
production.
inflections of how they're putting things off is different than the first one, and you're accustomed to hearing the first one,
Yes.
and it's just a little off.
And the first one, you ever listen to an album and the production sounds like it was meant for how the songs were written? Like you said, analog songs.
Yep.
That's how the first album is. It's like it doesn't sound like it needs to be super punchy and heavy sounding.
Right.
The songs are written. They
Very
have
organic.
they have a lot of ambient.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Organic.
They have a lot of
sounding.
ambient parts, more raw,
So they tried to crisp it up a
And so
little bit.
now the
and
new-
fucked it up.
modernized it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it does sound good. It is obviously
Right,
good quality,
Right.
but it sounds weird. Like the kick is super.
It's like
the kick
EDM
and,
sounding kick. Like it's
the
just,
kick and snare are very distracting.
So it sounds very,
It's ver-
very. What is it? Triggered? More triggered?
It's,
than?
Yeah.
it's very processed, very compressed, very just like forward. Like you can hear the gate basically. Like
Right.
Mhm.
it's like auditory fatigue. Like I can listen to like the whole new Sanguisugabog album and I'm like fuck yeah, because it was produced great. But then I listen to like 3 songs of like another produced album that's like has this new modern production on it and it just hurts my
Yeah,
ears.
it's like you're not
I'm
gonna
just
throw.
It's like doing too much.
You're not
Yeah.
gonna throw a overly processed, super fucking like heavy breakdown
Right.
type of production on like a Green Day album,
Right.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's gonna sound weird. That
Cool,
sh-
cool combination though.
It's interesting.
cool
It-
combination,
I
though.
listened to it because I was like, oh shit,
Super
I wonder what
poppy
it
and
sounds
then-
like.
Yeah, no.
And I gave it
Some
a
shit. Yeah.
You know, and like no heat towards like Buster who fucking is mixing and mastering it,
Right.
and Northlane themselves. Like I fucking love Northlane and Buster's work. Like he mixes.
Yeah, shout out Viljarda, shout out Humanity's Last
Yeah,
Breath.
like his
fucking amazing
his work
music.
is so fucking
Yeah.
good. But for that kind of music, I think,
It
and I
should've
think
stayed
that
where it was.
album
Yeah.
just should have stayed how it was, which it is going to. It's gonna stay on. Like
Dude,
Yeah.
there's like
streaming and
one
whatever.
artist, man. He's from Iowa, actually. He's a fucking country
why'd you
dude.
look at me?
William Elliott Whitmore, right? So he redid his first 3 albums, and I fucking can't even listen to them. Like I have them downloaded on my phone, and when they pop up, I'm like,
Get the shit out of here.
shut. Yeah, and I have to
want
go
the
home
original.
and get the originals, and just his inflections on just like how he does things, how he like. You can't take away the way a guy says baby or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when they're feeling it from their soul, and then you try to redo it, and then
Yeah.
you don't have the same.
It's like you're expecting to sing a line in a certain way, and he hits it just slightly different, and you're
That's
just
the
like,
hard part too. That's the hard part too. Is like the person that created it is gonna want to redo it because they don't
like,
see it how everyone else
they listen
sees
to it
it.
a million infinity
hear
times.
their
They're like,
fuck
God, I
ups.
should have done
Right.
it this way. I should have done it this way.
And
But
that's exact. They made the little interviews
Yeah.
with Northlane where Marcus was like, I redid vocals because
and they
I
sound
wi-
great. I do
They
like
do.
how the re-recorded like there's a lot more space to them, but
Yeah, but he's like, I wish I would have done this thing when we originally. Yeah, but like what,
The origi-
what you did,
the original energy was different.
what
Yeah.
you did.
Yep.
I hate that.
Oh yeah, it was one of those albums that I could put on because it does have breakdowns, but it's like they're not like
There's like
heavy.
no gain on the guitars.
Yeah,
at
they're like
all.
not
it's-
heavy. It's really it's calm. It's kind of soothing almost. And so I'd be like driving to work at like fucking 6 a.m. and
Falling asleep.
drinking my coffee. But it would give me like a calming feeling like, yo,
Right.
dude, today's gonna be a good fucking day. Let's
Right.
go.
Yeah.
But then if I'm listening to like a fucking like kick that's going
It's all you can like pay attention to. There's some of those
Oh, I
albums where
hate
I'm
that,
like,
dude.
It's
Oh,
like
I hate it.
It's like I love a punchy kick. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love a punchy kick.
But
But
if you
Depends
like,
on what
catch
it's
it,
for.
It's
if
like
you
that's-
catch it wrong, dude,
Yeah.
and you
that's like all I hear. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I need to hear the
I
other.
have a hard time with
squeak,
like,
squeak.
remasters because I mean I view albums as a kind of a snapshot of where you were as a musician at that time.
Right.
that it
Oh,
was
that's a
recorded, you know, and
fucking
That's a
great
good
way to look
point.
at it.
remastering it to me almost seems like you're doing yourself an injustice. To,
almost.
Dude, I did myself a fucking injustice. I mean,
That new Fade remaster sounds hot.
Fade
though.
remaster is awesome.
see, that's
I
what
love-
I'm
I love
saying
that.
is like
But
it sometimes if it's bad enough in my mind, then I'm like, okay.
for sure, there
But-
is definitely something to be said about production quality going up over time. But I still just see like recording an album is something so special. You know, it's like
Yeah, I
it's like
agree,
I said,
man.
it's very much so a snapshot of where you were at that point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. How about you, fellas? What are you listening to? What do you got going on?
Okay, so
Ryan's is gonna be crazy.
yeah. Let's see. I love listening to music, but my buddy Jason McComb showed me the band Earth recently. Cool as hell because the last few days I've been on a like how do I describe it? Okay, pretend it's like a 1950s like detective film, and there's like the music happening in the background,
Yeah.
like that black and white goth noir type shit.
Yeah.
I've been really into like music like that recently. I was listening to this artist called Swami Late Plate, which is an insane name,
Right.
but they put out this album that's called Doom Jazz, and it just sounds cool
What
as
the fuck, dude?
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
I need a whole ass playlist between both
gotta-
of you
gotta hit
guys.
the
What'd you
Swami
say?
Late Plate.
Swami?
I feel so-
Swami Late Plate.
I'm so
It's two
fucking
words, yeah.
basic compared to you guys.
Swami Late Plate, Doom
This
Jazz.
is crazy.
I
Super
think out of
fucking
all
cool.
of us, Rylan has the wildest music taste, though.
And
Dude, going to driving 13 hours with him.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
Probably
so
get to hear some different shit. Huh?
Oh, fuck yeah,
if we're
dude.
talking about stuff you might not think just by cursory glance I would listen to, I'm huge into like ambient breakcore stuff like that. Like,
Oh, I gotta look up my like quote unquote guilty pleasure.
yeah, there's this artist called NXS, but there's like 5 X's between the N and the S, and they just make some of the coolest like soundscapes. I love like lo-fi stuff. One of my most favorite artists of all time is Akira Yamaoka, who does all the music for the Silent Hill games, among other
shit.
stuff like that. And like
Just eerie, crazy
yeah,
shit.
just and the first couple albums were like, well, it's interesting because there's like weird music like you're descending into hell, but at the same time, the Silent Hill 2 album when that came out with the game, it's very steeped in like trip hop, like early 2000s stuff like that when that was happening, like Massive Attack, Gorillaz, things like that. Like I love stuff like that, just weird long like soundscapes and shit like that. I'll even listen to just like ambient noise and stuff where it's just fluttering stuff happening for like 20 minutes, like Aphex Twin. Shout out Aphex Twin, shit like that. So I
did
think
security for those guys once was fucking fantastic, man. So much fun.
Yeah, stuff like that. Huge into Japanese jazz. What the hell is this dude I've been listening recently? Uyama Hiroto. Very, very good stuff. He just
Sound
recently put
design.
out an
Jazz
album.
stuff?
Yeah, it's like freeform jazz type stuff. Like I just goofy sounding shit. I'll listen to anything basically.
Right.
So it just really depends on how I'm feeling. But like recently, the new Sanguisugabog came out. I said that was
Shit's
awesome.
brutal.
Yeah, fucking awesome. The new Greyhaven, new Soulblind, very cool.
I gotta check that out.
Soulblind's been very
It's
good.
been popping up.
Let's see here. Chat Pile's about to put out an album with Hayden Pedigo, which is going to be very cool. Chat Pile's one of my favorite bands. Very, very cool, weird, different shit. There's
Heavy?
it's like, how do I describe it? It's like you're trapped in a dungeon of sludge. If you're wanting to check out an album, check out Cool World by Chat Pile. Fucking awesome album.
What do you say, Cool World?
Cool World. Yep, it's very interesting stuff. Their vocalist has a very unorthodox take on how he does it, but it's cool. It's cool. It's like spoken word almost. Like he's not like a singer, but it fits with the music so incredibly well that it's a lot of fun. So been really into that band. What the heck? The new 9 Inch Nails record for the new Tron movie has been awesome. I really like the band Health. They've been putting out some cool shit.
Oh, yeah.
9
They
Inch
just
Nails
put out a new
inspired
song.
type music, stuff like that. The Sound of Animals Fighting just put out a new album that's fucking
gotta fucking
awesome.
What a great name, dude.
Yeah.
Sound of Animals
Yep,
Fighting.
very good. Cool fucking band.
Anthony Green.
Yep. Anthony Green. God, yeah. There's just so much shit that I've been listening to recently. It's hard to like even pay attention to all of it. I'm like scrolling through. It's like just
Probably
so many things.
You could keep going,
I could,
man.
I could do this.
How about you, sir?
forever.
So it might be kind of a hot take on this podcast in particular, but I'm actually not really a metal guy, and
That's perfect.
it kind of fatigues me quite a bit.
Metal does?
Yeah, and it's not because I don't like it. It's
Yeah.
just because it's not necessarily the genre that I live in, you know. And so I've been working up this set for a band that I got hired for to go on tour with for a week here in November, and it's a metal band.
Shouts out Torment.
Shout out
Shouts out
Torment.
Torment.
Yeah,
Oh, they rip, dude.
yeah. So I'm hopping on a tour with those guys for a week, and it's gonna be really fun. But it was a bit of a process learning their set. So I have been.
They're heavy as fuck, too, man.
Oh yeah, they're awesome. I love those boys.
The drummer's
Death Metal-
stupid.
Death
Dude,
I'm
yeah.
scared when I watch him drum.
Yeah.
Physically and emotionally.
I remember walking up to Andy at the
ridiculous, dude.
Superior show and just being like, "What the fuck?" I like grabbed him.
Dude, yeah, he's a beast.
And it's clean. He doesn't miss a fucking beat.
No, he's
absolutely
got the
clean.
craziest blasts I've ever
Dude,
seen.
he's so like chill, and then you see him on stage, and
He's a monster.
He
yeah.
can just sit there though and just
dude, he rips
that
though,
dude's
man.
definitely
I,
doing
I
rituals
used
there.
to go to band camp with him
doing
back in the day.
Really?
Back when he was like 13. Yeah, it was fun. But I've been listening to a ton of like lo-fi to kind of like de-stress from it. In particular, like In Love with a Ghost. I adore the stuff that they put out. And then I've been listening to, I kind of thrive more in like the post-hardcore genre with like really whiny vocalists. And there was this band from the East Coast called the Venetia Fair.
I talked about them with Mikey earlier.
They were like almost like a circus themed post-hardcore.
That's what
band.
I said.
Yeah,
Oh, my fucking
and they are one of my favorite bands of all time. So I've been like de-stressing.
What is that?
The Venetia Fair.
Oh, wow.
They had 3 albums: The Pits, The Circus, and Every Sick Disgusting Thought I've Got in My Brain.
That's a
And
great name for a fucking album.
it's just
Holy
like
shit.
all 3 albums are perfection to me. So like to de-stress, I'll put those on and just like chill out. They're weird, but they're very theatrical, very post-hardcore, very fun.
But to pull you out of that, metal haze, you know what I mean? If you're pounding your brain to learn that stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, like with the Inflict stuff, it's not as bad because that kind of borders more on a post-hardcore side in my mind. But like Torment's just like beat down, it's like very much so 0, 1, 2 riffs.
The set we're gonna play on the 24th is like strictly heavy, but you've been playing sets that have been a mixture of like make believe. That's like
100%.
not heavy really at all.
Inflict is a
Speaking
lot
of
of
which,
fun.
we actually have that song ready to go too. Go
Oh
ahead. What were you saying? I
yeah,
didn't mean to cut you
Inflict's
off,
really
buddy.
fun because there's a good mix of heavy versus like the sing-songy type stuff, which is like what I'm here for. I love the heavy, but I also love when there's like a good catchy chorus.
Talking about what Dalton is here for, I'm here for a zen.
He's in and out.
Zin City,
True
baby.
Zinners.
In and out,
Zin
dude.
City, baby. Got that
Well,
upper decky.
let's take a listen to this make believe.
Let's
That's
go.
the next one we have here. We'll take a listen to this, folks. Stick around and we'll be back. He's all cracking. I love it.
Sick
I need to like.
This is where we all admit that we love shitting.
Yeah,
We
we do.
love
We
shut
do.
up,
love
shitter.
that. Yeah, we are here to shit.
First thing I do every day is shit my pants.
I'm shitting right
You
now.
have a shirt that says "Born to shit, forced to wipe."
Yeah,
And
thanks to you.
Isn't that real as fuck?
That's
the
you
real
know?
Can we
I've heard.
agree that shitting is cool?
Yeah.
Shitting your pants is cool.
Wiping sucks though. We don't wipe.
Yeah.
You
No,
know what's
I
horrible,
literally
dude?
told Gracky before I left that I wasn't gonna wipe my ass.
Fuck that.
Good man.
You know what's crazy is that we don't like to do it at the chick that we're just starting to date. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about you guys, but it's like, I'm not gonna shit at this chick's house for at least another week. You know what I'm
There's,
saying?
yeah, there's
Dude,
the shit anxiety.
I don't know if
yeah.
Kayla would approve of me saying our relationship.
You guys blow your assholes out at each other daily.
We've been together for like a year and a half now, and we knew each other from like 2021.
This is your
ever
gal,
since.
yeah.
Yeah, Kayla.
Yeah.
Shouts out Kayla.
Shout out
Fucking
to
love
Kayla.
you. I fucking love you.
fucking love you.
But like, yeah, she makes noises like that at me
Nice.
too. But yeah, no,
Gotta
yeah,
love
we both rip ass. It's great.
That's
It's
that's
awesome.
true love right
Yeah,
there.
true love is
Yeah.
is
Not
farting on
being
each other.
afraid to take a massive stinky shit.
X93X DJ and fucking guru of the metal shop back in the day says that tune was pretty kick ass. Really enjoyed it. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it very much for checking
Yeah,
it out.
thank
dude.
you very
Thanks for
much.
tuning in again, dude. I always appreciate you.
That's awesome.
Chiming in. You're like OG like me, dude. You've been around a long time, so I really do love it, man. And I
Shouts
wouldn't
out,
be
Nick.
doing this shit to if it wasn't for you and guys like Earl and I mean that type of shit. I give much love to you guys because there was so much support. Somebody just posted this on Facebook just the other day. There was something about 93X backing some show that was here, you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, it's great that they're doing this shit, 20 years later, 30 years later, but they don't give any love to any local bands anymore, you know what I mean? I like totally shit on them too at the same time.
Local
'Cause
bands
it's true.
need
It's
love.
like it's like they're Nick and Wendy were the main directors of all the promotion shit there, right? So they took care of all of us young cats in the scene back in the day, and they would play on Loud and Local and the Metal
yeah.
Shop and shit like that. And they would love to support all the guys, man. There was like Ton Mastery and all of the major DJs supported all the local bands, and then they started getting shit for actually supporting the local bands because they had set things they had to play. It was fucking horrible,
Yep,
dude.
it's all system. But
Yeah.
like, local bands are the next ones. Like that's.
I know, but it's so sad because if you think about it, man, because there's so many incredibly talented musicians
yeah.
in this state alone,
Yeah,
dude.
it's
You know what I'm
insane.
saying?
It's
Crazy
fucking
That
amount of
crazy.
you could literally take everything that's on the radio and fucking flush it down the toilet and put a brand new Minnesota band
Yeah.
in each one
Yeah.
of them slots,
Easily.
and it would easily cover the type of shit. that they're
Especially with the
doing, man.
production,
Yeah.
everyone can
In their
acquire
basement,
now.
Yeah,
in
dude,
their basement. You know what I mean?
all
Like
of our
In my
peers-
bedroom, I made.
in your fucking studio space where you're where you're practicing, you could do those
Yeah.
amazing
Yeah.
recordings. Dude.
All,
It's
all of
insane.
our
awesome.
peers are making like actual huge album sounding albums just in their homes and studios here. Like
It's awesome, dude.
Yeah, we could have a 24-hour Minnesota artists only radio station, and it would be the
everything.
best shit you've
it
ever
should
heard.
be made anyway, dude.
Yeah.
Everything
honestly.
we dreamed of when we
Seriously.
were like kids, dude.
Mhm.
Like one day. That's why I'm like, I was talking to, I think it was you, Rylan, like a couple weeks ago, where someone said that they reminded someone like, hey, if you're ever like bummed out about not being as far as you want to be, just realize that you are where you wanted to be.
Yeah.
Like you are, quote unquote, living the dream.
Yeah.
You're creating music with your friends,
Yep.
Yep.
recording, releasing music, playing shows.
which is forever. And just so people, if younger folks too, when you release that music, depending on how many people you allow to listen to it, right? That's forever.
That's there forever.
That's forever, dude. Like I know people to this day, dude. It's really funny because it's like, hey, are you dude from this band like in fucking the 90s? And I'm like, yeah. And it's a trip. And I always say, thanks for remembering, dude, because it's such a trip, man.
Keeps your
so
legacy
many
alive like
so
that.
many bands have come and gone, man. I've seen so many come and go. It's
Yeah,
insane.
that's what I was saying. Like local bands are like the next up. Like
Yeah.
they need support. But yeah, it's just sick, dude. Like we're doing what we wanted to do when we were like 12, 13, 14, whatever the fuck.
100%. Yeah.
And it's all
We
about
take it for granted, though. A lot of people
Oh,
do
yeah.
take it for granted, because it is a struggle, man.
get stressed.
like you were saying, you start playing in a cover band and getting that experience where a lot of people will start in their real bands
Yep.
and then they'll go to cover bands where you flipped it.
Yep.
And it probably helped you a lot more,
100%.
you know, to appreciate the aspect of writing your own material. You know?
When I was in my cover band, kind of for a perspective of like the mindset that I go into shows with, our biggest show that we opened up for was a arena show opening for Hairball that seated 20,000 people. And
Packed.
yeah, it was insane.
yeah.
And we had, I think it was like a hour and a half set or something like that, you know, that we had to entertain this, like, granted it wasn't 20,000 packed for our set, but it was still probably like 8 to 10,000 people there.
Yeah.
And
Which is
it was insane, you know, and for me, it was just another night in the office, you know, so like I locked into that headspace and I was like, all right, I'm in performance mode. So then, like, I go do these local shows, like the last, the Inflict show that I first did at Amsterdam. That was a crazy packed show. It was a really good one, but like, you know, going up there, I'm like, there's probably like 400 people in here. This is another walk in the park for me, you know. So I'm really fortunate to have had that, you know, kind of, I guess it's like a mind shift sort of, where it's like, I've done bigger, which is awesome,
Right.
and it really helped. You know, helped
It doesn't seem like you let it get to you though. You know what I mean?
No.
Like there's cats that get to that point, and I fell into that as a young guy too, because I played, you know, X Fest a couple times, and you know, in front of a lot of fucking people, and played in front of 50 people after that. So it was like, you know, 12 to 18,000 to fucking, you know, 50 people. It's a huge crash, and you go, oh man, I'm here. I did this something really cool. I could look back at those 2 years that I played, and I played with Stone Temple Pilots, Three Doors Down. I mean, you know, all these crazy fucking bands. The list is gigantic, but you know, when you go back down to where you were, you're just like, oh, you know. But then it really, staying humble stays there. You know what I mean? Like it's not. There's a DJ that made me feel really uncomfortable after the first year that I played it, and the only thing that he did was like, hey, look who it is. You know what I mean? And after every, hey, man, hey, what's up, dude? You're shaking hands and shit. I just looked at him. I go, don't ever do that to me again.
Yeah.
He's like, why, dude? You fucking experienced all this shit. I'm like, I know. You're a DJ, dude. You know, I get it. Like, you're not in a band and shit, but this makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, you know, one of the dudes from Three Doors Down came up to the band, you know, after we played X Fest, and he grabs me and he's like, oh, what label are you signed to? And I'm like, dude, I live in St. Paul. You know what I mean? Like,
We're just playing music,
we could
dude.
drive across the bridge and you could be at my house. You know what I mean? He's like, no, you got to come with me. And he introduced me to the guy to Roadrunner and shit, you know? Like, he was making the effort to try to get me to move forward. And I appreciate that cat to this day, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So fucking
That's
cool
awesome.
that somebody to take you aside to do that, you know? But Mikey Doling from Snot, another guitar player, he played with Soulfly for a little while. That's how I met him.
Yeah.
That was one of the dudes. He took my demo shit and walked it to Happy Walters, who signed Korn, and put it on his desk. I was on the phone with Monty Connor, who signed, you know, Slipknot and Nickelback and fucking everybody on Roadrunner.
Roadrunner,
You know what I mean?
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm on the phone with him. I'm on the phone with Ross Robinson. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in traction. My back is broken, and you know what I mean? Like, somebody sent me your demo. I really want you to, you know, I'm going to check it out. You know, like, all this cool shit happened, but then, you know, you just being happy to play and fucking, you know what I mean? Like, that's the best part about it. You know?
And I mean,
Oh, yeah,
Staying
dude.
humble and
a
Well,
big
like-
part with me is just kind of like, I don't let my performance change based on crowd size.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Yeah, you're throwing ass whether it's 5 people or 50,000.
yeah,
ass is
you
being
know,
thrown.
it's like I'm there to have fun, you know, and I'm very lucky that I'm able to do as much as I can, and it's really something that I try not to take for granted, because I mean, anything can change any day.
Yeah.
That's
you
a
know?
mindset.
For sure.
Dude.
Yeah,
That's a
and
mindset a
it's-
lot of people.
It's just a lot of fun, you know, and that's all I'm here for, is a good time. You know.
You know, there's a lot of cats, you know, in this scene that have been around a long time, and you get jaded from it. You know what I mean? You get special treatment from certain things. Like, if you played a club a bunch of times and you're really cool to all the staff and shit, it happens to where they remember you and you get special treatment. You know what I mean? That type of shit. And other people will look at it and go, you're like, what the fuck? You know, why
How the
did
fuck
you
does he get
yeah,
that?
Yeah, who the
Yeah,
fuck are you
yeah.
dudes? And it starts animosity between people and bands. And now we've talked about Evernorth a bunch of times. I
Love
mean,
those
before the podcast. Now those cats to me, and we were saying before the podcast as well, I look at those dudes and I think these guys are fucking networking the way it should be done. They're
Andy's a
cool to
monster.
everybody that's around them. They try to help each other out. And here's the thing is, like, listening to their story and like is kind of like you guys moving from small towns to do cool shit and like stick around with all the cool, with all the people that are, you started rubbing elbows with people around and now you're making friends and now it's, you are part of this fucking
And it all
scene.
happened organically.
Yeah.
Like we accidentally, like, okay, so my high school band, well, I was 17, 18, played a show with Ryland's old band, Truth Inside the Silence.
Yep, super
Back
way back.
in
That was like 2013,
2012.
2012.
Was the first one. It was like in La Crosse or Winona or some shit like that.
Some shit like that, yeah.
And that's when we met them. And you just start kind of like accidentally networking with people because they become your actual friends.
Yeah,
Right.
we just keep seeing each other at shows, and we would just be shooting the shit the whole time. And turns out we like had a bunch in common and similar sense of humor and shit we listened to, and it just kind of spitballed from there. And now we're doing it together. And
Speak of the fucking devil, here's it says the Larianga Brothers Studio. What's good, homies?
Hey.
Let me see here. I see here. Shout out to 21st Century of Sin from the 90s. They rip. That's what Kayla Coy says.
Oh.
And Fuel.
Damn!
Nice.
Thank you for joining us,
Fuel
people.
rips.
I appreciate you in the chat. It's awesome to have people in there chickadee chatting with us. Thank you. If you have any questions for the boys too, just shoot them in there, and I'll ask as we're going to. I also wanted to ask you. Oh, we got. Let's see here. You guys got a show coming up on the 24th, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yep.
Let me pull that one up here.
That is rapidly approaching.
Oh, yeah,
it
dude.
is.
I am so fucking excited.
Very
There
rapidly
we go.
approaching.
That's By the Thousands,
Yep.
Catsclaw, Inflict, Neck Wrung, Amarak, and Your Last Breath is what it is, right?
Yes. Yep.
Friday, October 24th at Amsterdam Bar and Hall, $20. Is it 20 just a flat across the board, or is it like 25 at the door? It just says 20.
Yeah, I think when you go there, I think it's just 20. If you pay online, it's like you
There's
have
like
to
a
do the like
fee.
fee or whatever.
A
But
few bucks. I
it's-
don't remember exactly.
it's around there.
Never pay online. Just go to the club and fucking buy your
do.
ticket.
Exactly. I've noticed so many posters will like say the price, and then you get there and it's completely different, or you go online and it's completely
Right.
different.
that
So I'm
happened
just
at
like,
the March 8th show,
Yeah.
Kayla's birthday.
yeah, it was like it's
Yep.
this price, and then it's like $5 more expensive
I
online. for some
actually
reason.
was booking at the Skyway for a little over a year, and I booked a show and had my buddy's band on it. And one of our friends comes to the show and he goes, "Hey man, I tried to buy pre-sale tickets." And I'm like, "Okay." So I set the prices for everything. I set everything up. I talked to the bands. I'm like, "Oh, is this cool price? Cool. All right. 10, 12, whatever."
Yeah.
So he goes, "Here, let me show you something." And he follows the link from my page to their page to the fucking ticket thing. A $10 ticket cost him $35.
Holy
Gang.
fuck.
And he's like, "Dude, yeah, I was going to buy tickets for me and my
Service
wife." And he's like, "I
Service
said,
fees.
this is fucking ridiculous." So I called one of the guys, said, "Hey, can I get in for $10 at the door?" They're like, "Yeah." So he's like, "I wanted to show you this." From that point on, I was like, "Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, just buy it. Just
I
buy it
won't
at the
do
door.
that shit. I won't. You know what I mean? Like, if just set it as one price.
Yeah.
Fuck everybody. Make it nice in the middle. If it's fucking 10 in advance, 15 at the door, make it 13 straight up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
People
saying?
shouldn't
Like,
be paywalled to get into shows.
No,
I mean, shit,
not at all.
I'll sneak you in the back if you want. Just come find me.
For
I know,
real,
this-
dude.
it's-
Throw me some
kinda-
cash, I'll give you the ticket.
kind of funny on that. So let me ask you this: what are your weapons of choice when it comes to gear?
Oh, man.
What did you start with? Do you still have your original gear? Do you have or what are you jamming through now?
Ooh, well, okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
So
I don't got shit.
I don't.
be a long
I don't
That's,
have.
that's a lie. You know you've changed some stuff.
You've
when it
got a
comes
couple
to,
of shits.
Yeah.
You've got some.
Plus, if you've
Well,
got
as far as
recording stuff
recording- as
too,
far as
and you can
recording-
use that as well. That's gear. That's
Recording wise, yeah. I don't have a guitar setup anymore.
Yeah.
Just because I used to play guitar in a band, and just because I didn't need to, hard times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sold a bunch
He's
of
had
shit.
he's had an unused bass guitar in his trunk for like 6
Okay,
years.
that's still there.
It doesn't leave. It's
PV.
in the
It's a
trunk
good,
right
it's
now.
It's a good 5-string. Just needs to be fixed up. I'm gonna keep it there
It's been
until
in
I
the
can get it
trunk for
fixed up.
like 5 years.
Bring it down to the guys down on the corner. They'll fix it for you.
But yeah, I don't have any of my original instruments that I grew up with. I think my first guitar was like an Ibanez GAX 70. Shout out the old school Ibanez's like that. I had a PV Raptor was also one of my first
shit.
guitars. That was cool. And I had those for a while, and I don't have them anymore. But when I moved to bass, God, I'm trying to think. My first bass guitar was an Epiphone Thunderbird, and that thing was awesome. Heavy as shit. Had to re-drill the neck so I could have a strap that didn't send the neck straight down into the floor.
It's the paddle.
Yep. Yeah, that thing was nuts. And I had that for a while, and then I upgraded to an Ibanez sound gear bass, and I had that for a couple years.
Shouts out Sound Gear.
Yeah, Ibanez sound gear, great bang for your buck basses.
Every Inflict album recorded with one.
Then I
Passive or active pickups?
in the sound gear it was active, and that was back when I was in Truth Inside the Silence, and I was still like learning how tones and tone shaping and stuff worked.
Right.
We recorded an album with that bass, and it came out pretty good. I thought it sounded sweet at least, but
I still love the necks on those basses.
yeah, the Ibanez sound gear, they have the craziest necks. I love how that shit feels.
Good.
But then I like went from the sound gear like to a Music Man bongo. So it was a huge jump up. I had a buddy who was able to make some things work, and I traded in the Ibanez for the bongo, and I mained a 6-string bongo for many years. I ended up getting a 5-string bongo and a 4-string bongo. So I was really, really into Music Man for the longest time, and I was like staunchly like, this is my sound, this is what I want to do. But the pathways that I led me to, we're tuning lower, and the necks on these things.
Dude,
just,
you know what I thought of right when you start talking about that is the Matrix when the chick in the red dress walks by.
Yep.
It's like, this is my shit, right?
Yeah.
You like that, dude? You like that?
So I'll preface that by saying the first time I heard a dingwall, I was like, oh God, we got this tone now. Everyone's gonna have it, and blah blah. And the more I start listening to modern mixes, I'm just like, fuck, this sounds good. So a couple years ago, I bought my first dingwall, a D-Rock, which is kind of a full circle instrument for me because it looks just like Thunderbird. So I've come full circle to the Thunderbird shape, but instead of a traditional bass, now I have a 37-inch scale tuned to fucking F, like, that's my main bass right now. And then I sold my 4-string bongo. I still have my 6-string one. That one's never getting rid of. But
You used the 6-string for
yeah,
that has not been
I
released
sold
yet.
the bongo once. I sold it to a guy, and I had seller's remorse, and I was like, please sell it back to me. And thankfully, the dude sold it back to me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm never gonna get rid of this.
How much did you have to beg? Were you pleading?
Well,
Did you have to pay more?
No,
Please, bro. Please,
thankfully,
bro.
yeah, no, thankfully he hooked it up. But like, it was the guy who I sent it to. His name's Chris. He is
Shout out to Chris.
Yeah, shout out Chris. But
Shouts out, Chris.
but he loves bongos. His main instrument's also bongo 6. So he bought mine because he wanted to have just more bongos in his collection. And he's like, man, I fucking hate how this feels. And I was like, oh, okay. So he sold it back to me for a fair price, and I was just like, okay, I'm never getting rid of this again. Even if I don't ever use it on an album again, I'm gonna hold on to it forever.
Just in case. Yeah.
But I got the Dingwall D-Rock that has the exact tone that I've been looking for in bass, and I ended up selling my 4-string bongo and getting a 4-string Dingwall Combustion, just because similar pickups to the 5-string D-Rock that I have. Produces the tone that I really, really like. So my 2 main go-to basses right now are those 2 Dingwalls. I exclusively use dark glass for my amplification.
Oh, nice.
Yep, I've got the dark glass Alpha Omega 900 head. I run that into a 212 dark glass cab, and I've got a dark glass Atom pedal. So I am John Modern Metal tone right
Jonathan
now.
Tonington
If you need plank and spank, I've got you covered. You need it to rattle.
He does spank cheek.
I'm going down.
So before he
dude.
joined like the live,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I already we've been friends for over a decade at this point. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Old man over here.
The last couple Make Believe, that album he did bass on. So I was like,
yep, Make Believe. I used a Schecter Model T 5-string. I had one of those for a while. That was an awesome bass. Used that for Make Believe. That was the first album that Derek had not recorded bass on and had me do it.
Yep, I did
cool.
everything instrumentally without bass, and then I was like, "This is a
came
perfect
over.
opportunity to start getting Rylan in on it," because he fucking takes like a basic ass part, like any root note, like and just fucking throws in.
Yeah, he's all up in it.
Well,
He
it
is.
was fun too because when we were recording that album, I hadn't heard it prior to getting there,
Dude.
so it was complete improvisation for the entire album. We were there for like 8 hours, and
He came over a Saturday morning at like 9 a.m., set up the bass. We sat in my room fucking I
just
showed him
went through
what
every
the
song.
parts were, and he's like, huh, okay, and then recorded it.
Yeah.
And then we got chicken sandwiches and watched Big Lebowski after.
Yes, we
That was
did.
awesome.
That was a good day. We were definitely abiding that day.
Yeah.
And
we
I
were
did
abiding.
use the bongo 6-string on an unrelleased Inflict album that will be coming out soon.
He's Jeffrey Lebowski, man. I'm the dude.
I am. Yep, we're out here.
All right. What? How about you, sir?
Oh man, okay. So I am a huge gearhead. So I don't have any of my original instruments. I started out on First Act. I think it was an ME501. That was my guitar, and then I had a Silvertone bass guitar. It was like a P bass copy. And I donated both of those to, there was a rock and roll club at my high school. And when I kind of outgrew those instruments, I passed them on. I was really close with my teacher, Brian Getton. And I said, I don't know, give these to the kids. Let them figure it out, you know?
Right.
So
You
from
made some
there,
kids' fucking day right there.
I really hope so. I hope to eventually see those
Yeah.
instruments out in the wild. I haven't yet. It's been about 10 years. But hey, knock on wood, I'm sure it'll come back around. But yeah, I don't know. I upgraded to it was an Epiphone Les Paul that I played for a number of years. And then I went to, it was an LTD EC1000. I was super into like the Warped Tour
Classic.
music. And that was the guitar back then.
It's a good jump up,
Still
though.
having only two
Yeah.
actually.
So that's kind of where I topped out on guitar for a little bit because I started playing bass more. So I upgraded from that Silvertone to an Epiphone Thunderbird as well. And I played
So
that
nose
for-
heavy, those Thunderbirds.
Yeah,
though,
They
aren't
that-
they?
suck.
fucking
They're
suck.
horrible.
Epiphones, though. Like I had to change the fucking placement on mine, so it didn't
Yep.
nose dive.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
fucking
If we're all
horrible.
being honest, those pickups sound like shit. Those
Yeah,
basses
they're
sound
ass.
horrible.
Yeah, they're terrible.
You gotta customize it.
Yeah.
Dingwall fixed every part of the Epiphone
For
Thunderbird
real.
for real.
So I sold it and I bought an Ibanez SR. I don't remember the model number because Ibanez, it's like reading a vehicle VIN number.
Yeah,
they just
I
fucking.
I had that for like a year and then I sold it and bought a Music Man Stingray and I sat on that for a little bit until I was a freshman in college. I went to Music Around up in Duluth and I saw they had a Dingwall NG2 5-string on the wall and I was like, I was super into Periphery and I was super into Intervals, which Jacob Umansky's their bassist and
Right.
he's like my magnum opus for like bass playing. So I was like, holy shit, I have to have that. So I'm dead broke in college. I have this Music Man. I bring it to Guitar Center, Music Around, and I say, I'll trade you this for that Dingwall. And they're like, well, we can do it, but we're going to need money on top. So I went into debt to buy my first Dingwall bass guitar. And I had no regrets. That's
It's worth it.
Who plays who's like their signature dude? What is
Nolly Get Good.
Okay.
Nolly
Yeah.
Get Good. The bassist of Taylor Swift actually plays Dingwalls.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
There's,
that started
Lee,
like
Lee Sklar plays a Dingwall.
Yeah.
Like
They're just good bass.
yeah,
they're fantastic.
Their tagline
It's
is "The
like
hype
a-
is real for a reason."
It's like a weird. Some of them are weird shaped, man. I like they're. It
Yeah.
looks like pea and jazz mixed together.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
It's awesome.
And then my abortion of a bass, the D-Rock. Oh
Yeah,
yes, the
bless
weirdest
it.
looking Dingwall.
Bless it. So I picked that up, and in that cover band, that was my bread and butter bass. And I'd been through like for a while. I wasn't using any pedals. I was directing the amp. You know, I was like a quote unquote traditional guy or whatever. And then I picked up a Dark Glass Microtubes head, and eventually picked up a Dark Glass cab as well. And then I got a Neural DSP Quad Cortex, and that kind of like completely opened a rabbit hole for me. And now I'm like,
You can do anything with those,
anything,
right?
yeah.
Yep.
So
The
now I'm
emulator is that pretty much emulates
Yeah.
any sound, right?
Yep. So I run that into the effects return of I've got a Mesa D800 plus amp head that I run into two Dark Glass 212s.
Stereo baby.
Stereo bass rig.
I make him bring the other one so I can have it.
Yeah,
so I can use it for
yeah.
Inflict shows.
So that's my bass
That's
rig.
awesome.
And as of now, I'm sitting on 4 Dingwalls.
Dude, that
3
D-Rock is sick. That
That's what I'm
D-Rock
saying,
is
Those
sick,
D-Rocks
dude.
are
Dalton and I are
amazing.
not passing the Dingwall allegations. It's,
Yeah, I know.
we're over here.
It's like the old school, you know, the Fender P with an Ampeg.
Yeah.
It's just the new combo. It's a Dingwall and a Dark Glass.
Right. Yeah.
So I've got 4 of them, but I'm selling a bunch of them because I have a custom shop model coming in now.
Oh, shit.
Which I'm very excited for. But that red one's never going to leave my possession. That I've played, thousands of shows on that thing.
Nice.
And then for my guitar rig, to pick up on where that left off.
Yep.
So I said that I topped out on that LTD for a little bit there, and then when I dropped out of college and was doing the cover band, I had a lot of money sitting around. So I was like, I want to buy guitars,
Right.
So for a while, I had a Ernie Ball Music Man Majesty, one of the John Petrucci models, and that guitar was probably the nicest I've ever played. and I sold it because I wanted to buy more stuff.
Right.
So then I was playing Ibanez for a little bit. I was doing like the periphery signature, the JBM 10, I believe it is, and I really liked that. And then I sold it, and I got my first ever Aristides custom 060 model, and that was like immediately like a love affair for me. They're these custom like injection molded guitars, no wood on them
Jesus.
whatsoever. They're made out in the Netherlands.
Crazy.
No
shit.
truss rod, right?
No, they have a truss rod.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like the Lamborghinis of guitars. So I had two of those.
Bugattis.
The Bugattis. And the guitar that I play with Inflict is actually one of those 060 models. It's the paint job is like a watermelon is the best way to describe it.
Oh, yeah.
It's the watermelon guitar.
It's the watermelon guitar.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Need to
So
paint
I don't know
seeds
shit
on there.
about. I don't really know shit about specs and everything. I'm just like, that looks fucking good.
it's pretty cool. I love it.
So the reddish pinkish?
It's like pink in the middle, and then it's got like this like ivory green like binding around it. It's
That is a watermelon.
it's
Yeah,
Bugatti.
dude.
and I
Watermelon.
love it.
Quite
watermelon.
literally looks like a watermelon.
It sounds so. Fucking
So if anyone wants to see it, you got to come out to the Inflict show on the 24th.
There you go.
Shouts
At
out.
the Amsterdam.
Pretty badass.
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
So I do that, and then
Amsterdam.
my 7 strings, I play Strandberg 7 strings.
Nice.
Very big fan of them.
There you go. Pull that up again. Again, Friday, October 24th. The $20 at the Dow Amsterdam show. Make sure you show up.
Strandberg's fucking like lifting a piece of paper.
Yeah, it weighs nothing.
Super light.
It
Yeah.
weighs. I think mine's
Super
like
light,
4.5
trapezoid-shaped
pounds.
neck.
Yeah.
Insane.
It is fucking crazy.
They're crazy. That one, the Strandberg that I play was a gift from a bunch of friends of mine. So that one's really sentimental.
Oh, yeah.
So I try and bring it wherever I can. So it'll be on tour with me when I go on the road with Torment.
Nice.
So I'm very excited for that.
I'll know where to steal it from.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
That's horrible to say that.
Hey, whatever.
Now, is there for you guys?
approving of
So
it.
for you guys, are there any instruments that you've lost that you regret not keeping?
That bongo that I sold and then bought
Got back.
Yeah,
Definitely that.
that's really the only. Well, I had the 5-string bongo. I do miss that one a little bit sometimes, but it's okay. But other than that, I don't. It would be cool to have like my first guitar still, but that's lost to the sands. It was like before I learned what sentimentality was mentally, so like I just didn't give a shit. But yeah, not. I don't have too many regrets.
I really don't get too attached to much gear. To me, they're just kind of like tools of the trade.
Right.
So to me, it's like, I go to work and it's like a Milwaukee drill,
Yeah.
So I don't really get too sentimental or beat up when something leaves my possession. The only things I would really get worked up over are like that red Dingwall or the Strandberg. Or I've got this 12-string acoustic guitar that my dad got me. I'd be pretty sad if that ever left. But
Right.
everything else is like I'm constantly flipping stuff.
Right.
I'm like everything I've bought, so I don't buy a lot of new shit. I use
What's your
everything.
PA? What's your PA?
My PA.
PA.
What do you mean PA?
When you practice, what do you sing through?
Oh, see, this is. I use everything at the
He uses
fucking
the shit
pad.
at our space, but
Yeah.
I can't remember what our PAs we had. We have 2 different PAs at our space.
So different heads.
Yeah.
Different heads. And
Yeah,
shit?
there's-
Yeah.
yep,
What's your mic of choice?
See, I'm.
SM58.
we give them one of
Yeah.
those at the pre. Yeah, it's whatever.
That's what I'm
whatever,
saying.
Yeah.
Okay, at home, like recording, I have a fucking SM7B.
Okay, there you go.
Obviously,
Yeah.
and I got that over. I think it was 2014. I got it. Still works like mint,
Yeah.
perfect.
Excellent mics.
I've had
But, like,
this one since
sure.
2011.
Yeah,
I got it
dude.
for fucking $200.
200.
Yeah,
Damn,
yeah.
I got them when they
$200.
were 350.
Yeah.
I think.
I got it
They're like-
online,
they're
and
like
this dude,
$450
the
now.
dude
And they
was
just
like
go up because the
Yeah.
fucking.
selling his fucking
the
studio
demand.
shit, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, hey
Gotta
man,
hop
would
in
you?
there.
So the very first one of these I used was from Paisley Park, and I actually
Oh,
recorded an album with one of Prince's mics, and it was an
Oh,
SM7.
that's really cool.
Yeah. I worked there for a couple months, and that was it.
Nice.
At Paisley
We're there.
Park, way back in the day.
Made some memories.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I was talking about that on a friend's podcast. If you guys haven't had a chance to check it out, either Stunner Stage, I did a podcast with him on Stunner Stage on YouTube if you guys want to check it out. And we talk about all kind of how I got into music and metal and all that type of shit. But it started with Prince, and I started talking about some of the Prince stories, like seeing him on American Bandstand for the first time and like just blown away by a guy that was, super young and recorded all of the instrumentation and doing everything himself, and then like fought with the label to be his own guy. You know what I'm saying? So that dude really inspired me. So when I had a friend who asked me if I would come to Paisley Park to move some pianos, I was like, fuck yeah, I'll do it, you know? And there was a ton of rules that you, like when you go there was like, you couldn't swear, you couldn't eat meat in the building. You couldn't smoke in the building, you had to smoke outside, and you couldn't do any drugs anywhere, none of that shit, right? You walk into the big foyer and there were fucking doves literally in a giant cage above the thing. So you hear, and like the foyer has like the ceiling that's up that has the skyline around it, and the entire ceiling is painted like skies and clouds and shit. And it's super, super crazy cool, right? So we go to this room, and I don't know if you guys ever seen the Dave Chappelle thing where they're talking about playing basketball and all that other shit. That's all legit. Everything there is every part of that story is absolutely legit. So he had 3 studios like fanned out like this, right? And then outside those, like a sliding glass door, is a full basketball court. So I go to this basketball court and I'm looking at these studios. Now I had death metal friends that it recorded at Paisley Park before. So I'd heard a lot of cool stories about the place, you know? And so we went into these studios, we're checking them out, and we walk into this basketball court, and the dude shows me the piano that I'm moving. It's literally the white baby grand piano that he played in Under the Cherry Moon. Nice. So I was like, are you kidding me right now? And he's like, no. And then he brought me to the,
I can't fucking believe my eyes.
to the music vault, and then he brought me to all these fucking places. But you know, it's one of those things, man, where it was like a kid dream seeing the motorcycles from, you know, Purple Rain, and like the cars from all of his videos, like the T-Bird that he drove in Alphabet Street, the white convertible Buick that he drove in Under the Cherry Moon. I mean, dude, he had his Prowler downstairs. He had a gold stretch limousine on 4 flats leaking oil everywhere.
So
he had an Oldsmobile 442 convertible that was fucking had white leather seats. This thing was badass, pimped out, badass fucking muscle car on 4 flats leaking oil all over the place. And I was like, oh my God.
This is a real experience, dude.
It was so insane.
2 months you said you were working there?
Yeah. Just about that. But
just moving shit?
Dude, moving shit, and like, I literally moved the entire, it was like the entire back line for Under the Cherry Moon, like all of the bass cabinets, all of the guitar cabinets. I knew it was what it was because I grabbed it. It was covered in black and white paisleys. Yeah. I'm carrying the dude's drum set, and I'm going, holy fuck.
I would be so so scared though.
Dude, yeah, for real.
You know what's crazy though?
Like
his wife was drop dead gorgeous, right? So him and his wife look exactly alike. Okay. So from a distance, like from here to the door, I'm going, who the hell's that chick down there? And the dude was like, hey, that's fucking P, man. Shut the fuck up. And I'm looking, and I go, hell no. And he goes, dude, he looks like a little Asian chick, right? And I was like, yes, he does. So I never met the guy, and I never talked to him, but it was like one of those things, you know. I don't even know how we got on that conversation.
Never forget that.
I'm sorry, but that was one of those things. I wanted to ask about, let me see here. So for gear, as far as like recording gear, what are some of the stuff that you have for
that fuck ass sound gear bass?
Okay, that's Mikey's. He actually it's at
Shout
his
out
house
Mikey.
Right now.
Shout out Mikey.
Okay, shouts out bald boy Mikey. Yep. Mikey Porter. He has a gap tooth.
Nice.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, every time we'd be, I lived with him for
1,000 years.
A lot of my early 20s, and yeah, and every time he'd be eating, he'd start fucking gleeking on accident. Anyway, little side tangent. Yeah, so anytime I've ever bought gear, I've fucking used it into the ground. Like, I don't know, my mind has just been like, I have
still
this.
Works. Why
I'll take like a shitty fucking UX2 Pod Farm.
You had that forever.
UX2 interface, and I used it for almost every Inflict recording.
Someone gave him a new one because they just wanted him to have a better.
Shout out Justin Sapp. He's in Common Choir.
Very cool. That's how I met. So I don't know if you remember. I photographed you like at a Common Choir show. You guys played together, like one of your very first shows in a basement, dude.
Oh, at the Rose Club?
Yeah, it was a fucking. I don't know. It was a show.
The Red House, right?
Yep, Red House. Yep.
That's great. That was a fun fucking. That was the sweatiest I've ever been.
Yeah.
Damn.
Tiny ass fucking basement. Yeah, it was there. I was taking pictures of you guys. Yeah. So it was like one of your first lineups.
Yeah. That was the first lineup, and then Dominic, the drummer, that was his last show with Inflict because he joined Waste, and then they were full time doing that. And then everyone else kind of went and did their own thing after that. But then, so yeah, everything I buy, I'm like, I'm gonna use this as much as I can.
He has 3 instruments.
Yeah,
That's
like
it.
I really don't have shit.
You have 2 guitars and a bass.
Yeah, and so I have an LTD.
What are you recording into? What do you use? What's your recording? What's your DAW's choice?
Cubase.
Nice.
Cubase for life. It was the first. I used Reaper and shit because it was free.
Yeah.
You know, in high school, and then I got my tax return when I was 19, and I was like, I wanted Pro Tools, but it was too expensive for me at the time. It was like $950 or something like that. Cubase was like $6 something, and I was like, fuck it, I'm getting Cubase. Joey Sturgis and fucking other people, other big producers use it. I'm gonna get that one, and I've just been a Cubase head since then. You know, it took fucking forever. I took
To learn it.
I used 1 week of PTO just to sit inside and learn Cubase. Didn't do anything else. I ate a lot of Domino's pizza in that time.
Shout out Domino's.
Shout out Domino's.
Right.
Fucking jalapeno.
Endorsements.
Yeah.
Bro, jalapeno Alfredo pizza. Right. I'm fucking, dude, my asshole is just fucking sweating thinking about it right now. And like, okay. But like I learned Cubase in like a week and all the basic shit, you know?
Okay, here I got a question for you. It says who was the engineer that worked with them with the octopus tattoo on their arm? Do you remember that dude? Who the hell are you talking about, bro? I can't remember. Sorry, who's the engineer that worked with an octopus tattoo on his arm?
With Inflict?
No, I don't know if he's. I think it might have been something in passing that we were talking about. That's what sucks if you're not paying attention to the chat.
Oh, true.
You'll get fucking 12 things ahead of you.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, since we're kind of bouncing around with the gear stuff, I wanted to ask about the songs. Now, when it comes to writing material, like the host and Make Believe, they seem like two opposite sides of the spectrum when it comes to musically.
Oh yeah.
Like, so how did you, like, how were you able to incorporate? Was it something like that was in your head the whole time with the band when you started it? Like, to just do kind of all over, or?
So like when I started Inflict, which was late 2017, it was almost 2018. I had just months before left my old band, Discord Curse. I played guitar in some like deathcore type shit. And I was sick of being in a fucking band. I was sick of dealing with other people. I had like a vision in my head, and I knew that I could do it because I knew it was possible. And so I was like, I love Counterparts. And they have a song called Choke on their 2015 album. And I was like, I want to make a band that sounds like that. And so then
I love when people do that, man. You know, and a lot
it's
of
like
people
the inspiration.
It's like they don't admit it though. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, I really love this band, but there's one specific song that gives the outline of where I want to go with it. And so many
Everybody
people
does it.
step away from it, but they don't admit it though. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, I really like this band, but I don't sound like
it's
them.
all original. Like,
You know,
it is original, but everyone takes inspiration from
Yeah.
everybody. That's just
Absolutely.
how it is. You do it subconsciously, you do it knowingly, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You're just like, this sounds sick. I want to like kind of recreate it and make my version of it.
That's dope that you found that hole, that fucking, you know, that path.
Right, dude. And so like I made the first at first Inflict was
Nice hole.
hole.
Sorry.
Give me a hole. At first Inflict was literally it was just a fucking I was just going to do singles. Cuz I was like, it's just me, like it might be weird just like doing albums. I don't know why it would be weird thinking about it now. But I was like, I'm just going to do singles, whatever. So I did this. So the first album's called Regression. And at the time, there was like 5 singles at the time that I just randomly dropped. Like, hey, everybody, I still do music. Here's this, here's this, here's this. And then Mikey, I lived with him at the time, and I would show him the songs when I'd finish them.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, this is like your 5th or 6th fucking single. Do an album.
Yeah.
You should just do an album. What's the reason why you're not doing it?
Well, you're touching, you're putting your toes in the water, right? You're trying to feel it out, right?
I was. But then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. You're right. There's no reason not to just take all these songs I've fucking been writing and put them into an album, and then so on and so forth. And so then as that kept going,
Had to give you confidence though that people are pushing you along to do that though.
Yeah, no, I love Mikey. Mikey's awesome. He's very much just like, he'll tell me when I'm fucking
Homie,
up. He'll
right.
tell me, yeah.
Real homie. If he's
He's a
telling
real
you that
one.
you're fucking up, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, dude. And so in that time, like the counterparts thing I said, I kept I love, like I said, everything. Like I don't just listen to heavy shit. I like alternative stuff, blah 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 blah. So I was like, I want to make stuff like that. Like that's literally what Inflict is like. I want to
Pieces of
I want
things
to
that-
explore different subgenres and genres and just fucking say fuck it,
Yeah.
because who cares?
Right.
Well, you
I
put
mean-
out that stuff under just your name only on Spotify, and that's kind of where a lot of the more ambient Inflict stuff came from too.
Yeah, like I wanted to. So that album that has Make Believe on it, the whole album is like that. And in between each song, there's like this ambient, like
It's like a motif almost. There's just like it keeps the songs
it
flowing.
keeps going, yeah. And
Right.
there's just an ambience between each song, and it all flows together. It's all cohesive.
I love that shit.
And and that's why I want to do it.
I think it's a great. It's so cool.
I was
for them.
heavy into bands that were doing shit like
Yeah.
that, and I was like, fuck, like this would be awesome. And it makes me feel good, so I'm just like, whatever makes me feel good, I think I should try and create.
Yeah.
Because it's
Dude,
fun.
I've always said that too, man. If you dig it, and a handful of people dig it, there's more motherfuckers out there that you
Easily.
just gotta find them. You know what I'm saying?
And if you want to go back to a certain sound, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like that's where the host comes in. Like, okay, so like there's Regression and then Fade is the next album after that. And they're both mixtures of like heavy fucking fuck you, you fucking cunt. Like shit like that.
Yeah.
And then in the middle there's like
perfect.
clean guitar, I'm sad, I fucking
Yeah.
whatever. But it's all still cohesive because I still add screaming to everything because I think it adds emotion, whatever. And then so the Derek Patrica stuff, I was gonna create another album like that, which is like alt rock, like Citizen basement-y kind of shit. And I started writing it, and
Moody,
I got
right? Moody.
it's
stuff?
moody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's moody. It's melodic. And I was like done with all the instruments, all the instrumentals. It was all recorded and everything. And I was like, fuck, dude, do I want to like promote Inflict and then Derek Patrica at the same time? Like, can I do that? Like, I can, but I'm going to stress myself out. And I'm like, fuck it.
Just
I'm
do
just
the
going to
same
like,
thing.
I'm just going to like put it as Inflict because I don't see why not.
Yeah.
And so pretty much the whole thing is just like, I just want to make what I want to make.
Yeah.
What
That's
sounds
the
good
true
to me.
artist, man. Why
Yeah,
not?
what
who the
sounds good
fuck-
to me.
Yeah, it's your project. Why the fuck does it? Fuck everybody
Yeah.
else.
And I
anyway,
started,
you
and
know?
I remind myself like I started Inflict because I was
You're not signed to a
stressed
label.
out with
Yeah.
other shit, and it's like I want to do what I want to do, and there's always the freedom like to go back to writing a fucking heavy ass like The Host. I wrote it in one day and released it in a day.
He didn't even tell us that he was putting it out. He's just like, "Hey guys, I put
I
out a new
woke up.
song." We're
I
just like, "What
woke
the
up.
fuck?"
It was last year. It
We
was
gotta
like
learn this shit
November
now,
or
what the hell?
something. I woke up, took a shower, and I was like, I had this fucking like, and I was like, fuck that. And I had the whole day off of work, and I was like, I could sit down. And then I like challenged myself. I was like, I think I could like write it, mix it, master it, and put it out. And then I did. And then
Dude, so I've been watching these fucking producer things just recently because I've been trying to like get into this beat
Like
software
tutorials
shit.
and
Yeah, no, just that too, but just kind of taking ideas and seeing where people, where they draw their inspiration from.
yeah.
And they were talking about talking to the Alchemist about working with this rapper, and he was like, "This dude hipped me to how to make money without the label," is what he was saying. He was like, "This dude showed me that you could put content out and you could control the content, and he's like, this is a mainstream for revenue if you're good at it and you can do it." And he's like, "I made this beat for this dude. He came in, he whipped out 3 songs, and like he's like, oh, I'm using that beat, I'm using that beat, I'm using that beat." Recorded the shit, put it together, and he's like, "Okay, let's drop this." And the dude's like, "No, we haven't even mixed it yet." And he goes, "No, I want to drop it now." And dude's like, "No." And he's like, "Let me at least do something for you to give you it to take home, and then we'll fucking mix and master it." And he's like, "Oh man, I don't know." And then he talks the guy into doing it. But that same day was like, "Here, I got this other idea. You got any more beats?" And he was like, "Yeah, I got this one." And he goes, "Okay." He goes, We wrote it, we fucking laid it down, we mixed it really quick, and he dropped it that day. And he was like, "This dude was like set in his head
Yeah.
that I have to drop something today. So the dude was there for like 8 hours and he did 4 songs straight through. You know what I mean? And he wanted to drop all of them. And dude was like, wait a second.
Hold on.
This ain't even polished
This is a
yet.
fucking
Bro,
EP.
These are
a guy who,
scratch takes,
you know,
bro.
a guy who's worked with fucking, you know, Kanye West and fucking,
Yeah.
you know, all these people, you know what I'm saying? Mobb Deep and all these motherfuckers. So that type of shit I could imagine, dude, just.
I sat there. It was from like 9 in the morning. I started writing it, and it was 10 p.m. I was uploading it to DistroKid for distribution to Spotify and everything. And it released like a few weeks later or something like that.
Yeah.
Because then I wanted to, like, you know, have a picture for it and promote it
Right.
before it's released.
Right.
But it was sent to streaming services the same night. And I mean, I
So
haven't-
it was locked and loaded, ready to go. You just, you know, you had it ready. You just needed to add the final shit, artwork, everything, and it was gone.
yeah,
That's so crazy.
that's my
to me,
thing
dude.
is yeah.
You guys do that shit too? You guys record your own shit all the time or no?
No,
Not like that.
Not like that.
Oh,
No.
okay.
That's why it's like when it comes to gear, I honestly don't know fucking shit.
You just go for it.
I use
Whatever
I
works,
use
works.
things, and I know how to like use like plugins and
Yeah.
equalizers and
Yeah.
compressors and shit like that. But I just like I usually just fuck with shit.
This guy had a push-pull knob on one of his guitars, and he didn't even know it was there until I was like, "Oh, you have coil
Oh,
tapping."
yeah.
He was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, so I have a Schecter Apocalypse, which is
Yeah.
fucking sick. It's
Yeah.
a 7, and then I have an LTD. So I have one for 6-string, like maybe drop B, drop C shit.
Right.
And then my Schecter I use for an unreleased album.
Yeah.
And it's like in drop F sharp or something like that. That's what the album's in. And that's it. It's 2 guitars, and then the bass. I need to get another bass, actually. Well, I mean, not really now.
Not
It's in your,
really.
it's in your
You got
car.
No,
Rylan.
Rylan.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
right
what the
across
fuck?
from you, bro. Let's go.
He already spent the money. You can just use him.
Well, yeah, the last. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, exactly. You may as well get a. Well, that,
No, Rylan takes every idea and just fucking explodes it.
Well, there's that one song that you like shit out in like a day or something too, and then you send it. You're like, "Hey, here's this. Like, put some bass on it."
Oh,
And
Blueberry Fig Bar?
I completely changed the bass line.
Is that
he,
a working title?
Yeah, I completely changed the bass line that he had put down.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
that
a
one.
different one.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's the one that sounds like Balance and Composure.
Completely changed the vibe of it in a good way, though. Like, fucking
Isn't
crazy.
it crazy how people can hear that and just switch it? Like, oh, this is
That's
the
what
idea.
he
This
does.
I
is
was
the
like, oh,
cadence.
you're playing it this way. I'm
what he
not
does.
even going to hit the root note of the guitar. I'm doing a completely different note that's going to complement what you're doing, and now it sounds like a completely
Dude,
different.
I,
note.
Yeah, it's all cohesive.
I hated that shit
Yeah.
when I would not be at practice and those guys would come up with something and I'd come in and go, wait a second, hold on. And I'd go to my phone, I put my earplug in. Dude, we weren't doing that before. They're like, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second, dude. You changed up my entire cadence. They're like,
Yes,
yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yep.
Because it's funner
Deal with
for
it,
us
bitch.
to play. Fuck you. You know that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
But it was in a good way, though.
Yeah.
Like, it sounded,
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
sound
Yeah, I
sick.
sent you that shit. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's
Got it.
awesome.
That's awesome when you creativity like that flows. Man.
Yeah,
It's
my-
so much fun.
My best way to create is I'm not much of a like producer myself,
Yeah.
but if someone gives me like the bones of something, then
Yeah.
I'm like in my element there. They're like, I have this song, like, can you spice it up a little bit? And
Yeah.
I'm like, I got you.
That's why we're all a really good team.
Yeah,
that's awesome,
Yeah,
man.
I love collaborating.
Really cool when you find that
I was
that type of team.
always a rhythm guitarist. Like, I can do some riffs and everything.
Yeah.
But typically, I'm like a John Root note, dude. Like
John Root, no.
John Root note.
He gives me the roots, and then I just start adding shit to it.
Yeah,
and-
dude. And yeah, my main thing is like I'm more on the side of the producing and the mixing and the mastering, and that's why I've done.
Live performances.
That's why
too.
like I haven't gone to another person for Inflict stuff yet, is because that's the thing that I have.
That was one of my
the
questions actually, and I knew that you were going to say that,
The
so I
most
didn't
passion
ask
for
it
it.
because, well, you know what I mean. Because if you're working with, engineers and shit like that, everybody shouts them out. They know what's up, and it sounds like you've got your ideas and you're fucking putting it down.
I outsource for videos and for artwork, like the make believe artwork. It's a photo taken by Alyssa Evanson. Shouts out Alyssa.
That's so Alyssa.
Shout out Alyssa.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Alyssa.
she.
Skywoman visuals.
Yep, Skywoman
Look it up.
visuals.
Nice.
She's very good at what she does, and she took that picture. She was like on a date with somebody, and she took it with her fucking camera, and it was a film camera too. And she posted it. I think she posted it one night, and I saw it, and I messaged her, and I was like, "That would work perfectly for the shit I'm writing. Like I'm writing this like more like ambient alt rock type stuff,
Moody shit, yeah.
and that looks fucking sweet. It's like kind of blurry. Looks fucking. It's like the whatever. And
Slender Man walking by.
yeah, so I was like, can I have that for fucking artwork? And yeah, she was like, fuck yeah, dude, fuck.
Sweet.
And so yeah, like I outsource for all that stuff, but when it comes to like mixing and mastering, like I want, and I know I can do it, and so I won't like, let myself.
Yep. Every single Inflict album is self-produced by Derek.
That's
Yeah.
badass, man.
Yep.
Not a lot of people can say that. I've got some funny shit in the comments here. 1 week
Good.
of jalapeno Alfredo pizza. I bet your ass could hear. I bet your asshole could say, "Oh no!" every time the doorbell rang.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you can feel it vibrating on a chair I'm sitting
Now
on.
he says, "I don't want
Please.
to get. I don't want to get all philosophical about that." But did you know Confucius said, "He who goes, what does he say? He who goes to bed with itchy tushy wakes up with smelly finger."
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You've
Yes,
done that a
I
few
have
times.
a shitty asshole. Okay. There's actually shit on my sheets.
John, I love you, dude. That's fucking
Oh, yeah,
hilarious.
I won't
Thank
wipe my
you.
ass.
Nick, thanks
Inflict
for
does
that
not
too,
wipe.
buddy.
Inflict.
no.
Let's make it clear on the podcast, on the record. Inflict does
shitty
not
ass.
wipe ass.
We don't wipe.
Has
wipe.
shitty
We don't
ass.
wipe.
Okay.
Love.
We chafe.
Yeah, we chafe in here.
Oh, we chafe.
We let it crust.
We let it crust.
I
Dude,
wanna-
it was crusting when we were
I want to
camping.
make sure that
Whoa.
we hit your show one more time. Friday, October 24th at Amsterdam Bar and Hall.
Yes,
week.
sir.
With it's $20 at the Doe with By the Thousands, which is an amazing band, by the way. Catsclaw,
Love
I've
those
never
guys.
heard of. Are they?
Catsclaw's
they're
very
so
Are they
good.
they local as well?
They're from
Where are they from?
Nebraska, I
Nebraska?
believe.
Okay. Yeah.
But they were helped produce. Didn't Elliot help them? Or was
Elliot
it-
helped. He
Shout
wrote.
out Elliot Merriman.
Yeah, shout out Elliot Merriman. He I got a
sound
funny
design,
story. I got a
production.
funny story about Elliot actually. I do want to tell it in a second. But Simon, or Simone. He did Reflections also.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, bunch of like Thal dudes doing Thal shit. Yeah, Catsclaw is sick. They got like it's like I call it Matrix Thal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matrix Thal.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good way of
their new
it's
describing
good.
album is cool.
It's
That's
huge. It's very huge.
So it's Cat's Claw, Neck Wrung, Amarak, sorry, and Your Last Breath. Again,
Yeah.
Fridays, next Friday, Amsterdam Bar and Hall, $20.
Going to be a ripper. There might be mustaches. There might be folding chairs.
There'll be at least one mustache.
There
right?
may
There'll be at
be
least one.
a couple folding chairs.
Maybe a couple
Oh,
folding
shit.
Be
chairs.
on the lookout.
Up to
If we're
30,
lucky,
34.
there'll be a lawnmower.
There were going
too,
to be
but
lawnmowers, but we decided
We're not industrial enough for lawnmowers yet.
I don't know if they'll let
One day.
I don't know if they'll let
Someday.
lawnmowers on the stage of the Amsterdam, but
It's electric.
Well, they
it's fine.
should.
Yeah, it's an electric mower. It's all right.
come on, dude.
It's all right.
All right, we got one more song, man. What was this last one? Oh, what would you Brandon?
Brandon. No, this is Brain Dead from the
It's
Fade.
about it's about my old boss, who's
Yeah?
a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to the old boss,
Yeah,
you
shout out
fucking
old
idiot.
boss.
I'm sorry.
That's hilarious. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I appreciate y'all. Did you want
Dude.
to shout out anybody else? Anything else before we get out of here? Who's the
Shit,
frog?
we've
We
done a
forgot
lot
to
of
talk
shout-
about the frog. Where,
Oh,
the
dude,
frog,
I
yeah,
forgot
Southern Paul.
Yeah,
that's
Southern Paul.
That's Southern
Say
Paul.
hi, Southern
Yeah.
Hold on.
So the frog lore is very deep. My sister got it for me at Savers. He was $5.99. And he just kind of lives in the backseat of my car. So we had an extra chair, so I just brought him up. So
He just be sitting.
yeah, he's chilling.
He just
Dude,
out
he's a
here
chill little
sitting.
guy. He
Yeah.
hits the Tylenol pretty hard. He's chilling. you
Yeah.
know?
Our other guitar
looking
player
at all the
Kyle
little
was going to be
specs
here
on
and he
the-
couldn't, so we brought Southern Paul
Yeah,
instead.
so that's Southern Paul.
Southern
We're
Paul.
zooming in on Southern
Well,
Paul.
look at him. He
Yeah,
looks
getting
Southern
zoom.
Paul
Southern
and the
Paul.
Tylenol.
Reference
Look at
to
him,
my
dude.
favorite
He's got the
song.
bow tie and everything,
Give me
dude.
He's a
some of
dapper
that
guy.
Tylenol.
You
we
guys,
love that guy.
he's been hanging out with us this whole time. He's a quiet guy.
He's stoic, you know. He
Well,
only,
that's because
he
he's
only
off the Tylenol,
Yeah,
looking
he's
at the
on the
microphone.
He is
Tylenol,
off
I
the
know.
Tylenol,
He's looking
but
at the Tylenol, or he's looking at the microphone like,
that looks like a big Tylenol.
don't get him in front of some trains.
I thought I seen his tongue. I thought I seen his tongue snap out at it a couple times.
Yeah, he's
too.
hungry for sure. You know, it's
going
it's
crazy.
food time for
All
sure.
right. I appreciate you guys coming in and having a good time. It was fun. You guys are fucking
Dude,
awesome.
thank
Hell
you
yeah,
for
thank
having
you.
us.
Thank
Never
you so
enough
much.
time for chatting.
Absolutely,
Could do
man.
this for 3
Absolutely.
more hours.
Shouts out
Whenever you
Fresca.
guys have
Shout out
anything
Fresca.
releasing anything, let me know. We'll try to get back in here and give some shout out, get more shout outs. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying?
Love
Yeah,
it.
dude.
Talk
Shouts
about the
out
new
to shouting
stuff.
out.
Yeah, I guess I'll just do a quick shout out.
Yeah.
Anyone that fucks with Inflict, thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah, easily.
Just
Anyone-
having people that enjoy the music you create feels great, and
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't go unnoticed.
Where can they reach you? Where can they pick up your stuff?
Hey, well, we have shit. We have a merch site. Merch site's kind of but it's called inflict.threadless.com. There's a bunch of random
shitloads of random.
There's hoodies
It's like a make your own merch type of thing.
Yeah.
But we'll have t-shirts at our show, which are
The 24th.
The 24th.
24th.
Yeah, the merch site. Yeah, it's just there's like some wall flags and shit on there too. It's cool. There's some coffee mugs.
Word up.
Yeah.
Cool. And they can get your stuff on all the streaming sites.
Yep. Spotify, Apple Music, any Deezer.
Inflict.wave on
TikTok.
Instagram. Follow it.
Hit them up.
Inflict.wave
Book 'em.
on Instagram.
Book them.
Book
Show
'em,
them some
please.
love.
Let
Come on,
us play in your
please.
basement. Let us play in your attic.
Dude, yes.
Let us play in your Mediterranean food
Let us play.
food store.
Yeah,
Let them
dude.
play in the Fuddruckers.
Let
Yeah,
me
Play in
boy.
the bodega.
Yeah, there you go.
Yo,
Ass guy. I know you.
Exactly.
Why didn't you show me your ass right away?
yo, I could get us in at some
I-
auto shops.
Yep.
Yo.
I have
I
so
deliver
many
tires
pictures
for
of
work, so
Derek's
we could-
ass on my phone.
Yeah, I love show
I'm
and
not
cheek.
even lying.
Show and cheek
That's
is one of the things I
hilarious,
love to do.
Thousands.
All right, thank you guys for coming in. Thank you everybody for
thank
tuning
you.
in. Please check out all the shows that are scrolling down here on the bottom. There's a whole bunch of shit coming around town, and Zymergy's doing a bunch of stuff here coming up too. So make sure you're paying attention. Check out all the shows. Show some love to Inflict, and we're gonna listen to this last song. Y'all have a good night. Peace out.
Thanks,
Peace.
everybody.
You're fucking dumb.
Ritual Madness Podcast. Ritual Madness Podcast. Ritual Madness Podcast. Ritual Madness.